Hi, everyone. I'm Chris.
And this is Milton with the Sports Truth.
The truth will set you free.
All right. What an exciting week one in football.
For you.
All our teams won. Your Cardinals won, the Niners won, the Chargers won.
Yeah.
So for all that to happen within, the same week is actually pretty good because normally the Chargers probably would have lost that close game, but they did.
You got Herbert now.
They've got Herbert, Staley. I was asking all my Charger aficionados. Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aficionados.
Yeah. And they were giving me good detail. I mean, Matt Gucciani actually went to the game in DC. Hopefully, he didn't get sprayed by all that crap that was
all that
pouring
water.
out.
Yeah, I think the water line or something broke from the sprinklers or something.
Knowing Matt, he was probably sitting in some
Laughing.
suite or club or like away from it. Yeah. Lost my train of thought.
No, the thing is though, with having Justin Herbert now, you can always count on him to make the big throws under pressure.
I mean, what I liked, we'll get to that game. But, okay, so let's start off with my team, the 49ers.
How about them Lions?
They won 41-33. At one point, it started off rough because Garoppolo fumbled it on the first play, and I'm thinking, oh, my God, is this how the season's going to... Yeah. And I was like... I texted my friends. I think I texted you, and I was like, put Trey in right now.
Put Trey in.
Yeah. But the more rational side of me was like, you know what? Every time that Garoppolo throws an interception or turns the ball over, he almost plays a perfect game afterwards. So in hindsight or retrospect, if I had to have him turn the ball over, better at the beginning, because this game actually got close, and him throwing an interception at the end and, turning the momentum over to the Lions. When I left at halftime because my wife sent me to go get lunch for the family.
Wow, that's just cruel and unusual punishment.
I know, right?
What did you do to her?
This
is my game.
This is my game. My Niners are playing. But you know what? She's going to be like, oh, okay, so sports are more important than your family.
She got you on the guilt trip there, buddy.
She did. Because I always say Sunday for me are the 3 Fs.
Yeah.
Maybe even more. Okay, so football, family, faith, food, I think.
Yeah, it's 4 Fs.
And then my wife's like, I'm sure family's like
first. Yeah, 4. Don't tell her.
Yeah, I think I made it better just by staying at home, because usually I would be at the bar or be at a friend's house. But this one, I wanted to be there to watch every moment of the game, which I didn't get to watch. But so something happened in the third quarter.
Something? Oh, I'll tell you what happened.
Yeah.
Your boy, your vaunted Jesus decided, we'll sit the
Shanahan.
We'll sit the defense. We'll put in the second stringers. It'll be fine.
It always worries me with Shanahan because he's got that Super Bowl 28-3 loss, not to mention the Super Bowl with the Niners, and just you got to have that killer instinct. So
he left his foot off the gas.
It was a tale of two halves. I was loving what I was seeing on offense, and then the defense. Greenlaw picked it off, and that pretty much sealed it for the most part.
You thought?
Yeah, I thought. And then let's see how all this happened. And I'm even wearing the Kittle jersey right now. It bounced off. It was a perfect onside kick. If you look at that,
bounced off Kittle's hands or his face or whatever.
Off his face mask. So it doinked him.
Doink.
Yeah, exactly. And then the Niners get the ball back. They make a nice play. Garoppolo throws it to Debo. Debo gets the first down and fumbles it. And then you're thinking like, oh my God, they're going to tie it up. They're going to get the 2-point conversion. It's going to put the 49ers in an awkward position. They're going to be shell-shocked, and the Lions are going to pull this off. And I'm going to be like, it's going to ruin the whole season.
You had a heart attack, right?
Yeah, so I'm glad that the but you know what?
Niners defense came out through in the end. You finally put your first stringers back in.
They did.
At the end, yeah.
There's some issues going on with the Niners, mainly their secondary. They were already thin, and they lost one of their corners, Jason Verrett, which he's always... he might as well be Saquon Barkley,
Yeah, he used to be on the Chargers with the injury issues.
For sure.
Now you have
a
injury
high
issues
first-round pick, yeah.
There you go.
Let's see what else. They lost Mostert. I saw him for 2 or 3 plays, and I could see that he just had the moves, where like he's just running and then a little slight juke step, and just he averages 5 yards a carry for a reason, you know. So that was a big blow to
Keep
the Niners.
losing your starting running backs, dude, every time.
I know. I mean, luckily Elijah looks good. Trey Sermon's going to come back. Jeff Wilson Jr. He's coming back in several weeks. I think, and then there's some other running backs in there too. But because that's their whole philosophy, their whole basis is a run-centric offense. The thing was that as much as I like the Niners, like even had the Niners won how they were supposed to, you know, I was looking at everybody else in NFC West. Cards blow out the Titans at home. Seahawks blow out the Colts at their place, and then the Rams handle business against the Bears. So I think all those teams, except maybe the Bears, are better than the Lions. So yeah, I mean right now, and this hurts to say, but I have the 49ers ranked number 4 within their own division. I don't know how the other 3 go.
I mean,
exactly.
I can agree with that as a Cards fan, but also as an NFC West fan.
Yeah.
That's kind of a compliment because that just shows how powerful the NFC
Oh,
West
yeah,
is.
for sure.
If someone as strong as the Niners is 4th,
Right, I know.
I'd be scared of the rest of the
I
teams.
know. How I wish the 49ers were in what division? Oh, the NFC East.
The NFC East, you'd be division champ every year.
Exactly.
You'd sweep
beating
everyone.
the Cowboys twice a year?
Yeah,
Oh,
the sweet revenge.
Yeah, I don't want to turn this podcast into a 3-hour podcast because I'm
Oh,
talking
no,
about
it's going to
the
be a
49ers.
3-hour podcast.
Okay,
You say
but
that. I
don't
want it to be.
I don't want it to blame because I was talking on the Niners for so long. So
Oh, no, right,
I think I've covered most of the points.
My turn?
Oh, yeah, sure. Oh, I mean on the Niners-Lions game?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
So from what I saw, the Lions actually, hear me out,
okay.
they might actually have a shot at the NFC North because you saw what happened to the
That's
poor
crazy,
Packers.
But, like...
You saw what happened.
Yeah, for sure.
Like,
And-
what happened?
Yeah, you know what? Okay, this is...
The heck
I
happened?
made
The
fun of Dan
Lions.
Campbell and his biting
Yeah, you did.
kneecaps
You
and
did.
drinking 2 Ventis with 2 espressos in it. But I got to give him credit because
Oh my God.
a dumb coach on 4th and 1 or 4th and 2, you know, instead of going for a field, they went for it both times.
Yeah.
And they fought all the way to the end. I mean, the Niners turned the ball over.
Yeah.
But it doesn't. But they still scored. I mean, Goff was hitting T.J. Hawkinson
Over and over. yeah.
over and
Yeah.
over. Yeah. So I was sort of impressed with the Lions, and maybe I underestimated this.
They can't
coach
be
a little-
31st anymore.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Oh, we'll
Yeah,
talk
we'll
about that.
talk
And I
about-
bumped him
yeah,
up.
yeah.
So.
But yeah, that's my take on it. I'd never underestimate the Lions ever again. Even
Yeah.
if they're behind, they could probably come back again.
For sure,
Which is
for
crazy.
Sure. I know that is
Yeah.
crazy to say, but
Yeah.
their defense is bad. I mean, they gave
yeah.
up a whole bunch of points.
That's why they're behind. That's what I'm gonna say. They're
Yeah.
gonna be behind like every time, but they
For
might come
sure.
back.
I mean, if you drafted Jared Goff for fantasy reasons, then, then you're looking pretty good.
Ain't goofy now.
All right, moving on to the next game. Vikings against the Bengals. That was a back and forth game. The Bengals ended up winning 27-24
Because of Burrow.
Because of Burrow.
Finally.
Yeah.
I told you.
Yeah.
This is it for him.
Yeah, he looked good and confident, and the Vikings are just sort of bad on the road, and they were able to show some of their offensive weapons like Dalvin Cook and Justin Jefferson. But there was one play in the game where it was like 4th and inches, and I want to say that Burrow like sort of fakes the play action, goes back and throws this beautiful pass. I mean, I would have it up there as one of my plays of the week. Do you know what play I'm talking about?
Is it the one where he had the perfect spiral and just kind of just like like in the freaking like dime,
Yes.
like a freaking bread basket? like,
Exactly,
boom.
that's the one. It was 4th and inches at I think midfield or whatever,
And it was
it's
beautiful.
Like, it was. I mean, he sold it, and then it was definitely one of my, you know, when ESPN does the top 10, I would put that play way up there. And so, you know, good for the Bengals. You know, I mean, but
this
they-
just proves that
and
NFL
this
is harder than
and that's
college.
what I think we were both
Yeah.
thinking, that the Bengals would win by 3 points in this game, and that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, and like I said, the NFL. This just proves NFL is much harder than college.
Oh, yeah.
Because it took Burrow, who was one of the best college QBs a year, basically.
Had the best
Yeah.
college football season ever. Oh, and another thing is that I was a little harsh on, they should have taken Penny Sewell or another lineman instead of the nice shiny toy. But man, that shiny toy, I want to say
Jamar Chase,
he
right?
had 5 receptions, a touchdown.
Yeah, he was really good.
That chemistry that they have. So I saw that amongst other teams too. I mean, I saw that with Devontae Smith and Jalen Hurts,
Yep.
and then also Tua and Waddle.
Yeah.
So
maybe there's a thing.
maybe
They know what they're doing. They're
exactly,
drafting people. Oh, you went to the college with them? Okay, we'll throw you in. So you already have a number one.
Exactly. I mean, that
tandem.
chemistry is already built in. They've been
Yep.
playing for a few years, so that usually takes a while to build the chemistry between the quarterback and wide receiver.
Not now. It's a shortcut.
Yeah.
So it's smart, I guess.
Yeah. Everybody looked good on that part. All right. Anything else you want to add on the Vikings-Bengals game?
Yeah. I'm gonna go off the Vikings here. So the Vikings kind of remind me of the 11-0 Steelers. Before they went to shit. But not the good part. They have the talent, right? The Vikings have the air quote talents, right?
Yeah.
But they don't form a cohesive thing yet. They're just kind of there on an island. You know what I'm trying to say?
And who are you comparing the Vikings to?
The 11-0 Steelers when they had all that talent, but they weren't. But then they started to lose.
Yeah.
So basically, the Vikings are similar to that. They have all the talent, right? Dalvin Cook, etc., right? But it's not come together yet. They still lose.
Yeah, I still have a
I don't get
problem
it.
with Mike Zimmer. He's mainly focused on his defense and
This doesn't really work.
yeah,
I don't know.
yeah. The
I don't know what
offense
to
just
tell you.
isn't clicking. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they wish they still had who's the coach for the Browns? Kevin Stefanski.
Yeah, for sure. And as you were saying about the chemistry between wide receiver and the quarterback,
Yeah.
I think Tom Brady talked about this. He said this is the most young quarterbacks he's ever seen starting in NFL.
Oh yeah, for sure.
There's like 5 or 6 first years who just came back as their second year, and then 3 starting rookies or something like that.
Yeah,
So
I think it all starts
Interesting.
with, I mean, as early as junior high and 7-on-7 camps, and the fact that pro football has adopted some of the college formations. You know, so I don't think it's that big of a leap to go from college to pro, especially when you have a good enough coach to mold the offense around you.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Which is what I think
reminds me of the Cardinals.
Yeah.
Air raid and the mesh concept. You know what that is?
I don't.
So basically, you have 4 wide receivers out and the running back.
Yeah.
You have the 2 slot receivers run like this, mesh,
cross
each other.
Yeah.
And if there's only one middle linebacker in the middle, he has to decide who to cover. And whoever he doesn't, you throw to the other guy wide open. And that's what my boy Murray was doing to the poor Titans. I don't even know who the linebacker is for the Titans. Yeah, we'll get to there, but he was he looked lost because like, oh, who do I cover? He doesn't know. He can't do anything. But anyways,
no, for sure. Okay, the next game, it sort of pissed me off. But I only lost my smaller bet on this one.
Here we go.
Yeah, no, it's not the one you're thinking because that was the big bet. Steelers and Bills.
Oh,
yeah. I mean, this game was a crazy game.
I thought the Bills were going to win.
I know, they were up 10-0 at halftime. I want to say the Steelers had like 60 yards.
Yeah, they looked bad.
And 0 points. Yeah. I mean, the offense didn't prove anything to me. Eventually, what ended up happening, which happened in a couple other games too, or another game, is that the punter got blocked, and I'm not sure if they scored off of the block or they scored the next play. Yeah. So, I was just.
To be fair, you told me the reason why. Yeah.
Yeah. What's that?
You told me the reason why the Steelers won, because I could just focus on the passing game.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you told me.
The Bills' lack of a run game, I think they scratched one of their running backs because they kept on saying, oh, why did the Bills just pretty much focus on Josh Allen and passing the ball and Stephon Diggs and Cole Beasley and all that?
Yeah.
Well, I think that they're forced to because they don't have a running back. And that's just going to catch up with them. I thought it would catch up with them later in the season, like closer to the playoffs.
Oh, no, they got exposed early.
I think that the Steelers saw that game against the Chiefs and were like, okay. There's some bad play calling. I'm not sure if it was the offensive coordinator. What's his name? Do you know?
I don't know, but I know it's not Josh Allen's fault. And hear me out, fans. Don't say, oh, Josh Allen is washed up. He sucks. No. Don't overreact like that.
No, the problem definitely
the problem was the Steelers. They're like, oh, we can just QB spy him and play the pass, and he couldn't do anything. Like, any good quarterback would be screwed if they were in that situation. So it's not like he's washed up.
There was the weirdest 4th down play where, remember last year where in the AFC Championship game, they would get close to the red zone, but they'd kick a field goal. Yes. And you were like, dude, you're playing Mahomes and the Chiefs. Okay? Yeah. They score touchdowns. They kick field goals just for the hell of it. You know, that's not their first choice.
Right.
So
touchdown. Mm-hmm.
yeah. So forgot what my point was. But
The Bills did something similar. Or the
oh,
Steelers?
okay, yeah. So it's like 4th and 1 or something like that. Half field.
Field goal.
No, what they no, yeah, exactly. No, they okay. So Josh Allen hikes the ball and then he throws it 7 yards back. It was the weirdest thing because usually you get it and you pitch out. So it was just the weirdest thing, and the play got blown up. So
Yep.
I'm putting that on Sean McDermott. I think when
play.
the game gets tight, I don't think
Don't do weird plays.
Yeah, don't do weird plays.
Don't do gadget plays. Just run up the middle.
Yeah, and
or
give it up to
QB
the Steelers. I think that them signing T.J. Watt, to
T.J.
that
Watt, yeah.
big contract, just sort of revitalized the team.
I underestimated him.
Yeah,
I have to go back now. T.J. Watt's actually like similar to Chandler Jones and similar to like Nick Bosa.
yeah, no, for sure. He's the real
one guy can wreck your whole game. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean that defense is still is going to
Okay,
carry the
I'll give you that.
Steelers until they
It
figure
doesn't.
out their offense. Yeah, because the offense didn't look great at all. I mean, it's
Big
4 out of
Ben's
5
gotta
new
go.
starters. Yeah, Big Ben's got to go.
You got to retire, just
Yeah.
like Rivers and Eli.
Yeah, for sure. But
that quarterback
obviously,
premise is done.
they've started the season, so he has to.
Speaking of Eli, did you listen in on the Peyton Manning, Eli, and who else was it on Monday Night Football? They were doing the commentating.
Yeah, I did.
That was
actually.
hilarious. They
Yeah.
were laughing at the Raiders and the Ravens.
You know what? I wish
They were smart though.
I wish that we could do that. Obviously, we don't have rights to the NFL, but
No.
I think that would be so much fun, just like watching a game and just commenting. I mean, you would need sort of a bad team in there,
Yeah.
to just comment on just like the stupidity, like everything that we talk about, like why did the coach do this or that?
We could try and do something like that. We record our voices and not show the game.
Yeah, that's
We won't
true.
get in trouble. Yeah.
That's true.
We're not monetized, so they can't sue us.
That's true. I
So-
know. I have some ideas for
We could do that.
videos and stuff
Yeah.
like that too.
Mhm.
That I'll talk to you
Of
after
course.
the podcast, whenever that is.
Yeah.
Okay.
3
The
hours
next
later.
game, and I really should have taken this one. It was the Seahawks by a field goal against the Colts.
More than a field goal.
Yeah, yeah.
It felt like one. Yeah.
Let's see. So everything that I wrote for the Seahawks, it was very positive. Okay, so
Yeah.
they got a new offensive coordinator.
Yep.
Who's a Sean McVay disciple.
So throw it a lot.
Throw it deep, exactly. Off the sort of play action.
Russ loves that.
Yeah, he was just throwing bombs. I mean, to Lockett and DK Metcalf.
Oh God, Metcalf on
and
the post.
the
No
Seahawks
thanks.
defense is much improved. Remember last year for the first 8 games where like they were giving up as many points?
Yeah,
and then
Russ had to do everything to come
Russ
back and
had
win
to do
every time.
everything.
Yeah.
And then towards the second half of the season, the defense got better, but then all of a sudden
Russ
Russ
dropped off,
fell
yeah.
apart.
Yeah.
Not, more because the offensive coordinator and the plays he was doing. But
Yeah.
I mean, what did you expect Carson Wentz to do? First,
Called it. Didn't I call it?
Yeah, no,
Carson
for
Wentz
sure.
is not the savior.
no,
Sorry.
he's not. He's not. And yeah,
No.
he first of all, his mental acuity is not quite there just for everything that he's gone through. Then he gets injured. He has some type of foot injury.
There you go.
Then he gets COVID. And then you find out that the left side of the line, which is Quentin Nelson and is it not Villanueva, I forget who else would it.
I know
Maybe
who you're
Eric
thinking of,
Fisher
but yeah,
or
they
whatever,
got
whoever
yeah,
it was. Yeah, I mean, he was constantly under
bad. Yeah.
under pressure. So yeah, the Seahawks looked good. They usually start off a little rough, but that was the like lock of the week. I mean, in hindsight, 3 points against this crappy Colts team. I held back a little bit because like I have respect for Frank Reich because before in the past I'm like, oh, of course the Chiefs are going to beat the Colts. This was a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Or of course the Texans with Deshaun Watson is going to beat the Colts. You know, so
The Colts are still good, but it's the Seahawks who are better.
yeah. For sure.
Yeah, they're not crappy, but they're not as great as the Seahawks.
As much as we rag on sometimes Phillip Rivers, I mean, well, he had a terrible first game last year, too,
Yeah.
if you remember, where he lost to the Jags on the road. So,
remember
but,
that.
I mean, I'm not closing the casket on Carson Wentz, but I've already dug up all the dirt.
No,
you know.
no. You've already put the flowers around it.
Yeah,
and,
the
arranged them
casket's
nicely,
right
white
there.
and blue to match the Colts.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so that's enough about the Seahawks. But, yeah,
Once again, NFC West again dominating.
Yeah,
again.
dominated. The next game that we have on the list is the Jets-Panthers game, which got listed as the revenge game.
It is the revenge. He got his revenge, guys.
He did get his revenge.
He got his revenge.
It was a close game, 19-14.
He proved himself, though.
He did.
That's the reason why they won. Him.
I think it helped that he had Robbie Anderson, who he played with the Jets. He's a nice home run, deep threat kind of guy.
Mm-hmm.
You had Christian McCaffrey with I think he had like 187 all-purpose yards.
Yeah, McCaffrey's running. Really good.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm a believer in Matt Rule. He's got a plan. Don't quite think that they make it to the playoffs this year, but just trust in the process, trust in the plan. And I'm glad. I asked you if you thought the season was going to be over if Sam Darnold didn't win, and you said you didn't think so. But
No.
I think it would have really messed with him. That here is the Jets, one of the worst teams in the NFL,
that abandoned him.
Yeah, and the Panthers go into next week with a bit of confidence, but the Jets, they lost McKay something.
Yeah,
which is the left tackle. I want to say 6 to 8 weeks.
Oh,
so yeah,
they're
not good.
in trouble.
Yeah, I mean,
how did he look though?
Was that Zach Wilson?
Yeah,
he looked pretty good actually. He had like 250 yards and 2 touchdowns. So
all these rookies.
Yeah, I mean a tight game, But it seems like everything that was said about him was true.
Yeah, he's good.
And yeah, I mean, and he's got some weapons. It's the defense that's just
oh my god
an issue.
They're too young.
Yeah, they're too young.
They're going to be good, but they're just too young.
Yeah.
Again, it's always inexperience.
Salah's got a plan, but it ain't
Come
in
on,
the first year.
Yeah, no way.
Exactly. All right. Next game, which you called, the Texans beat the Jags 37.
What did I say?
I know.
What did I say?
I don't know what I was thinking with
Here,
that.
let me just do a quick flashback to what I said last week.
Okay.
Wouldn't that be funny if they all came together as like the ragtag Dirty Dozen group and said, you know what?
Orphans.
Yeah, and if no one believes in us, but if we band together, we can win.
Yeah,
that was a flashback.
Basically, what it came down to was
Texans.
Yeah,
they have nothing to lose.
They had nothing to lose.
Literally, yeah.
They had Tyrod Taylor,
who's
good. Been a serviceable backup. And he's just had like the
misfortune
of getting his lung punctured last year, and just
not for
always
Herbert.
Being sort of a bridge. I mean, they got a long way to look to the future, so I think for now they're not in a rush to upgrade their quarterback.
No, Tyrod did really good.
He did really good. Yes.
So it's just like Heineke with the Washington football team. Finally, give them their chance. And there you go.
I mean, Trevor Lawrence, he was
Poor
so
guy.
amazing in Clemson. I think he had 3 interceptions. I think what the main problem is, and I hate to do this to Urban Meyer because he's my boy and he
dare you speak up against the boy.
Yeah, but I think
I'm kidding. I know
think
what it
if
is.
you had a more seasoned veteran coach, I think he'd be able to direct Trevor Lawrence. So basically, you have Urban Meyer who's feeding him college ideas.
Yeah,
and they're in the pros now.
Doesn't work.
Yeah.
Everyone's faster, stronger.
Yeah, I mean, their line isn't very good. Their defense got picked apart, cherry-picked over the last couple of years. Lost Jalen Ramsey, who's the best corner in football probably.
Yeah.
Calais Campbell.
Yeah.
A bunch of other ones.
Yeah, they lost a bunch.
Yeah, so it doesn't look good for the Jags. And
remember, we were going to make fun of them calling the Cellar Dweller game, but it actually turned out to be a good game. It was actually watchable.
Yeah, I bet.
I laughed. I watched it. I was like... So I'm going to call Milton immediately. Yeah, so about that Dirty Dozen joke.
Yeah.
The orphans, they banded together.
Yeah, and you know what? Yeah. David Coley, he was sort of who the hell is this guy?
Yeah.
But I don't know.
He might got something.
A very weird nucleus, a rookie coach who I have no idea who he is.
And a journeyman.
Terrible franchise, and then this journeyman. But
quarterback, yeah.
It all worked because on the other side you had
two rookies.
Yeah, you had basically a college quarterback and a college coach. Still thinking that they were at Clemson, Ohio State, Florida, wherever. Yeah. You would think the merger of the two would be good, but it wasn't.
It might be good if you give them time. I'm not
writing them out. It's just Urban Meyer looks so stressed. Like, how is he going to make it through this season? They've lost 16 straight regular season games.
I think so.
They're probably going to lose 17, but we'll get to that later.
Oh, yeah, one more thing, my take on the Texans. You know what I think the pregame speech was, or the weekly training camp speech from what was his name, the rookie coach for the Texans?
David Coley?
Yeah. He's probably like, no one out there gives a shit about us,
Right,
right? They're all
right.
writing us off. They're all
Exactly.
laughing at us. Well, you know what? Let's prove them effing wrong.
Yeah, I
Like,
think
come
there was
on,
something
yeah.
to prove. That's a good point.
Yeah,
because
they have everything to
I
prove.
think it was like 35 free agents that they got, and
Yeah.
they were sort of middle of the road. So if you have that ragtag group, then
Of
I think
underdogs. Yeah.
it's not like you have to depend on one person, like some skilled player that he feels dissed to raise his game.
Yeah.
You had 35 free
Middlings.
agents,
Yeah,
middlings,
yeah.
orphans, whatever you want to call them,
Dirty-
that were
dirty
like,
dozen,
yeah,
yeah.
that just came together and banded, and you
And
know,
they won.
Football is a team sport.
They
so.
won a professional football game. Okay.
Yeah.
That's some pretty
Definitely
good.
one of the bigger surprises. I mean, the fact that they beat them by 16. You know,
Yeah.
they didn't win by 3, because if they would have won by 3, then you could have wrote it off
yeah.
as like they're 2 bad teams. You know, somebody had to
No,
win.
no, 16.
Yeah.
But yeah, they can't be 32nd anymore.
No,
We'll
no,
get to that.
We'll get to that yeah, in the second half of our podcast.
You were proved wrong about that.
Yeah, I know for sure. I mean, I feel dumb for taking them. In fact,
Yeah.
one of our listeners, I said, I asked everybody for their locks. You know?
Right.
Our locks were the Bucks, right, for the win.
Yeah, Bucks for sure. Yeah,
and,
they
and
won.
to a degree, the Niners for the win too. But
Both of them
so
are
I
close.
asked him, I'm like, "Oh, who's your lock of the week?" And then he's like, "The Jags," and I'm like, "Okay, you have all these teams to pick from." So what I said is, didn't you read my thing where I had them in the garbage picks? And he's
Yeah.
like, "I don't understand why you're saying garbage picks. You're asking me who's going to win." And I'm like, yeah. He's like, "Okay, the Jags." I'm like, "All right, cool. You know what? They probably are going to win." So, but yeah. So when I see him at work, I'm gonna give
Tell
him a little, because this guy, he knows his football. He was like the star running back at Castle back in the day. I want to say they won CIF.
Really?
So yeah, he's the running back.
So like,
he-
ask him what he thinks about it. So
Yeah,
we
no,
can
for
actually
sure, for
Pick his
sure.
brain a bit
Yeah.
and ask. Yeah.
Yeah, I just think some people, you have the people that pick favorites, and then you have the people. I have another friend of mine named Tony, and he'll do that too, where he'll want to take what everybody else isn't taking, but then be right about it. I have
Oh,
another guy
yeah.
at work too that does the same thing. Like last year when the Bills and Colts played, I'm like, I'm taking the Bills. He's like, I don't know. I think the Colts might win. And what was it? A field goal game, right?
Yeah.
So the same thing. My friend took Dallas at plus 7.5, which went to 9.5. Totally right, you know. So every time those type of friends tell me scary picks,
You
I
pick the other
I
side.
listen, yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, that was one of my decisions because my cousin picked somebody, but we'll get
Yeah,
to that
we'll
point.
get there, yeah.
All right, next game, and not that I called this, but the Eagles won 32-6 against the Falcons. And I was a big believer that Jalen Hurts was buzzworthy, X Factor.
You didn't call this, but like in hindsight, we should have realized that Matt Ryan and Pitts are not going to be enough.
Right. No,
We thought
but I
they
mean,
would, but they weren't.
Yeah, I mean,
No.
I was blown away because I had faith in Jalen Hurts. You know, went to Alabama, went to Oklahoma, got him to the playoffs.
Yeah.
I like what I saw last year from the dual threat
He's
quarterback.
the real deal, though.
What I wasn't buying was Nick Sirianni, which is funny because every show that I watched this week, you had people eating their words because like the Mina Kimes and Ryan Clark's, because they saw that press conference with Nick Sirianni where he just looked lost, you know.
He
and
did.
And so what I think it is you know, there's people that are like deathly afraid of public speech. Or
Yes,
being
it's probably him.
And that's definitely him because he called a great game tailored to Jalen Hurts. And there's also the, oh, really? You're not going to make him the starter? What Joey Flacco is? So, like,
No.
I didn't like the direction he was going, but he proved himself, you know? So that is a very young nucleus that I think has potential to possibly win the NFC East if the Cowboys...
I was about to say that. Is it going to be Cowboys versus Eagles for the NFC East?
Yeah, definitely. Because, I mean, the Giants...
And the football team.
And the football team.
They don't really have the firepower.
Yeah, I mean, I even heard some Cowboy fans say that, not that I know, but on TV, that they were worried about the Eagles. You know,
I would be too.
Yeah.
32-6?
I think their line, the offensive line, the defensive line, I mean, and then they got, they're better than what we think.
They got Fletcher Cox, dude.
Yeah.
One of the most disruptive defensive tackles in the game besides Vita Vea. So
I mean,
the Eagles got something.
He had 250, 60 yards, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, and another 62 yards rushing.
Yeah.
So you like that he's not Lamar Jackson, which would like you flip the rushing and you have more rushing than
You
passing.
know who he's like?
Who?
My boy, Kyler Murray.
Yeah,
He's the Kyler Murray of the East, guys.
No, that's a good example for sure because his pinpoint accuracy, him being able to run, the confidence, he has that winner confidence.
Just like Kyler,
Yeah, so that should have been another like.
That'd be a fun game to watch.
Yeah, and they did play the Falcons, so pump the brakes a little bit because they look terrible and no defense.
Yeah.
And Matt Ryan looks his age, and you have a new coach. So
Roethlisberger and Ryan got to go.
Yeah,
you guys got to retire.
For sure,
Come
retire.
On.
It's a young
only
man's
one
game,
who can do that is Brady.
Yeah, exactly.
Only one who can do that is Brady.
Supposedly he's going to play till 50. Yeah, exactly. The only
Let
one.
him.
No one could stop Brady in the NFL, but there's one person that can.
Time.
No,
Father
wrong.
Time.
Wrong.
I'm kidding.
Wrong.
Who?
It's
Who?
his wife.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
He said, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm joking." That's what he said, right?
Basically, his wife watches
joking.
the game and hangs out with billionaires. Okay, that's the life that he lives.
Bruh.
So I think eventually he'll be like, "Yeah,
You know
I've
what?
won 9 Super Bowls,
Or
I'm
10.
done. Or 10.
Yeah. He wants to go to 10 for sure.
Yeah, I'm done. Let me own a team."
He has to be Otto Graham. Come on.
Yeah,
He has to have 10.
for sure.
Yeah.
He's Otto Graham.
Yeah,
He's,
he has to be the new Otto Graham. Yeah.
Who's the guy on the Celtics?
Oh yeah.
God.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah,
How many did he have? Like
Bill
9,
Russell.
8?
Bill Russell. 11.
Yeah, 11.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wants to be like them.
Yeah, for sure.
Then he'll retire.
But yeah, I see. I mean, I don't think this is a one-game wonder, and then next week, Jalen Hurts is.
I think he's going to be consistent now.
Absolutely.
We've seen a glimpse now into what he
Yeah.
will be. So basically, the new NFL now is basically dual threat quarterbacks
Yes.
similar to Kyler and Jalen Hurts.
Yes, if you have
In every
a statue or immobile quarterback,
you're done.
Yeah, you're done. Either
Unless
that
you're
or
Brady.
you have to have such a cerebral mind to where you're moving around the pocket like Tom Brady does. You know, because he has sort
Or
of zero
Peyton Manning.
athleticism.
Yeah.
But he'll get you the quarterback sneak or Peyton Manning, like you said. Yeah.
Or you have to invest heavily in a really good offensive line.
Yes,
which is a lot more money than having a dual threat quarterback.
Exactly.
Just saying.
That does help. It's true.
Just
Your
saying.
offensive line looks so much better when your quarterback
Can run.
take off.
Yeah.
All right, next game. And this was a super tight game. I had the Pats winning this because I thought if you give Bill Belichick a whole year to prepare for one team, and I think they were 7-1 at home against the Dolphins, and
It's Tua though.
Yeah,
Tua's back. He's angry because everyone talked crap about him last year. And now he has a new his old friend from college. As we said,
Waddle.
The synergy.
Yeah,
That was too much for Belichick. Belichick's just like, what happened? Yeah.
I think the Pats outnumbered them as far as like yards and.
Yeah.
I mean, if you looked at the stats and you had to guess who won, you would say the Patriots.
But any given Sunday, as I
yeah,
said
but
before.
the Patriots had these critical turnovers, right?
Yeah, but Mac Jones though actually looked good.
He did look good.
Again, more rookies. Another rookie. There's
Yeah.
so many rookies. I think this is the most rookies we've had.
It definitely wasn't his fault.
No, wasn't his fault.
Yeah, and with Tua, you know, he was 6-3 last year, so he had like sort of.
This is technically his first year.
Yeah,
air
it's
quote.
technically
Yeah.
his first year, but good for Tua. He moved around.
Mm-hmm.
I guess the two co-coordinators, two mommy things.
The two mommies.
I think
it worked. I guess
it actually
The heck?
worked. Yeah.
So you gotta take that back. What you said earlier. You gotta take that back.
What's that?
You had no faith in the co-coordinator thing. You gotta take back what you said.
Yeah. I mean, maybe
On air.
Tua could
pick between which either one he wanted.
Yeah, I mean, you got to remember that the Dolphins did pretty well last year, and it wasn't until the end that they faded. So
They
let
might
me
have had
see them
playoffs,
towards the end of the season, going into if they qualify for the playoffs. Then we'll revisit the
Tua looked like Alabama.
Yeah, he did.
Alabama days.
He did. He was
game
running
made him
around.
famous. Yeah.
He was hard to get to for sure, especially, and he played one of the top defenses.
Mm-hmm.
Because they spent money. COVID opt-outs came back.
Yep. And he still did good.
I mean, you took the Dolphins in that game?
I did.
You did. Okay. But you saw it being a super close.
Oh, yeah. I'm like, never bet against Belichick. I never would have bet on that
bet
game.
against Belichick.
Because there's no 1-point spreads, is there?
No.
So, see,
rare,
once again,
rare.
Belichick kept it close, so he couldn't win that way. From my perspective here's my take.
Okay.
Mac Jones, my God, his accuracy is crazy.
Yeah.
He reminds me of Chad Pennington.
Yes, that's a good one.
High accuracy, but he
Yeah.
doesn't really have a cannon of an arm. He doesn't need it.
As soon as you said it, I was like, "Yep, that's it." You know,
He's
like,
literally
'cause I'm
Chad
always
Pennington.
like, "Okay, who are you going for?" And most of the time, you're accurate on
Yeah.
your comparisons. So,
Oh yeah, like on the Raiders, Josh Jacobs
absolutely.
is literally Jim Brown.
It's funny
I told you
because
every
I was
time.
in the break room,
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh man, it looks like Jim Brown. I swear.
you.
Because like, no, you did tell me. I'll give you credit for
Yeah,
that.
years ago I
Because,
told
like,
you, yeah.
He was doing the nice moves, and then once he get hits, he's still moving forward.
Yeah, it's
you
like
know?
Jim Brown. He's like, nope,
Yeah.
you're not tackling me. Go
Because
down.
I saw him get injured early on, and I was like, ooh,
Yeah.
if he gets injured, they're done. You know.
Right.
So we'll get to the Raiders.
He's literally Jim Brown 2.0 with more speed, which should scare you, by the way. A faster
Maybe
Jim
not
Brown.
quite as strong, because he's smaller.
No.
Because
No one will be as strong as Jim Brown.
Yeah, exactly.
He's the legend, guys. But,
Yes.
but I'm just saying, you can be similar in a running style. He has a very similar running style.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, the next game, which is our buddy Matt Gucciani, who maybe one of these times will come back
He
here.
should get back here, in like a month or two?
Yeah, once
Yeah.
football season
Sorry,
ends.
we're missing him, but
Yeah, exactly. He brings some great intel,
He
for
does.
sure. And especially going to all these SoFi games. He's going to the Cowboys Chargers game this
yeah,
week.
we
with
should definitely pick his
Andrea.
brain or at least call him. And we can have him on
for
here.
sure. I'm always texting him.
Yeah,
and,
ask him.
yeah. It was funny because I was texting him because he gave me 5 picks.
Yeah.
And he took Seattle, the Rams. I forget who else he took.
Yeah.
And one of them was the Bills, which no one saw coming.
Yeah.
And then the fifth one
Should've
was
been
the
the Steelers.
Ravens. I kept on asking him, "Oh,
No,
the
Raiders.
backfield's gone. You sure?" He's like, "Lamar Jackson's still standing there." And so by the time Monday morning came around, he's like, "Nope, I'm off of it. I'm not taking him." He's a smart guy, you know. He's not gonna,
Raiders. Yeah.
yeah, he could see the writing on the wall.
Yeah.
So So anyways, the Chargers won 20-16. From what my
It should
Charger
not have been that
fans,
close.
yeah, that's what they were saying.
Yeah,
like
it
one
should have
guy
been
was
more.
like, "Oh, it should have been like 34-16."
Yeah, 2 touchdowns were taken off the board. Basically.
Yeah,
We're lost
for
because
sure.
fumble, air quote.
Yeah, I know. And you
That
know
wasn't
what?
a fumble, NFL.
But if it happens to any team, it's the Chargers. you
Yeah, of
know,
course they
with
get bullshitted.
dude,
Yeah.
I've never seen that play before. How do you
How is
call
that
it
a
a fumble?
fumble? Yeah.
But Justin Herbert looked great. I heard one guy on ESPN say that the best wide receiver duo is Herbert and Allen, which I would debate because you have Tyreek Hill and Mahomes, and you have DeAndre Hopkins and Murray. And even though they shit the bed last week with the Packers, you have Devontae Adams and Aaron Rodgers, who threw for 18 touchdowns.
Well,
Or
it's not
he
the
didn't throw for
it's
18
not the
touchdowns.
yards because
Yeah.
here's what I'm saying. It's not the yards. It's the quality of the yards.
Yeah.
From what I saw, I will go on the pedestal and I will say Herbert and Allen. The way he was catching those balls and the way Herbert was fitting it in there like impossible. Yeah. I put him up there with anyone. Seriously.
Yeah, no, I mean, for
crazy.
ESPN to say that, I
Yeah.
mean, there has to be some truth to it.
Yeah, it
he's
is
just
true.
got
It's
this,
crazy.
like,
Yeah.
slithery, gliding, like, he's on the
And
smaller
he's
side.
6'6".
No, dude. Oh, Herbert.
Herbert.
Oh, I was trying to picture.
Herbert's also slithery and glidey.
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
actually
for
mobile,
sure.
which is scary.
He is.
He's 6'6" and he
Yeah.
can still move.
Rashad Slater? Is that his name? Rashawn Slater, the
Yeah.
left tackle.
Yeah.
Man, what they gave up 1 sack?
He held up
that
against
front-
Chase Young.
Yes, exactly. I mean,
There you
Staley
go.
did. Let's
As
give
a
some credit
rookie.
to Staley because he was moving the pocket a little bit to where.
Yeah,
And that
away
was
from him.
Lombardi. Probably.
Yeah, that
but
was
I'm sure-
Lombardi. Yeah. Actually, Staley's going to get credit for the defense and using
Derwin
James.
James, yeah.
And
Bosa.
Bosa,
yeah,
the
it's
Bosa
his
brothers.
2 main chess pieces.
Very
Yeah,
well.
But
Yeah.
that's what questions I was asking while Gucciani was at the game was, how's Staley doing? How are the Chargers doing? And he's like, the time of possession is just a 180 from what it's been. So it was really important for the Chargers to win that first game.
Yeah.
In fact, ESPN was saying, I can't believe that this time the Chargers actually closed out the game,
I know.
Yeah.
Oh, look. Look what happens when you don't have you-know-who all just, run out the clock.
I know, and then that was the other thing when watching the Niner game.
4th and
I'm like,
1.
Anthony Lynn, the guy
Anthony
that I
Lynn.
wouldn't let coach my daughter's
Almost
soccer
came
team,
back.
Almost came back. I was like, I can't take this. Do you know that after that game, I went to go play Skippo, a card game with my daughters, because I
Yes.
told my wife, I can't take the Kansas City Browns game because that's going to be close.
Yeah.
And I just don't want to watch the Saints and the Packers.
You should have, in hindsight.
I'll come back to it when they're up.
Yeah,
And then,
not
yeah,
other
and I
way
came
around
back
up.
and I was dealing with
Jameis
a whole
Winston
other-
make you eat that W.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, eat the W.
It's like, we'll get to him. I don't think we've covered. Yeah, okay, that's.
But yeah, back
next
to
game.
the point you were making, the joke about the Chargers Washington game. Herbert does better under pressure. I think there's some weird stat where he
Yes.
actually has better yards
Yes,
and accuracy.
it's true. And then third
under
down,
pressure.
he's just like
Insane.
huge numbers. Yeah, I mean, so I like what I saw. They went up against a good defense, one of the better defenses. So,
Well, ESPN says they're an elite defense.
well, I wouldn't call them elite. I mean, why did
They
they
call
give up
them
20?
elite.
How did they give up 29
still
points
call
to the
them
New
elite.
York Giants at home? How is that elite?
It's still elite because they won the game. That's
All right.
ESPN's. That's ESPN's excuse, by the way, not mine.
All right.
I'm just parroting what
Anything
they say.
else you want to say about the Chargers? Because we could probably spend 30
Oh,
minutes
I do.
on them. They had to win
Chargers-
this game, too, because
the
they were playing-
Cowboys.
The Cowboys were coming up on
Angry.
10 days rest. Angry, pissed off that they should have won the Bucs
That's what it
game.
was, yeah.
Yeah.
My take on the Chargers. Justin Herbert's still my boy.
Uh-huh.
Allen, if he just did some more speed training, if he was a little bit faster, he'd be probably number one.
Yeah.
What else is there? Running backs. You know, you don't really need a running game now. Just keep throwing it to Austin Eckler. Make him be the next Christian McCaffrey. Just
Yeah,
make
so
him
you're
just
doing like
catch
a
it.
Saints type thing. Which
You have
doesn't
to.
surprise,
You don't
yeah.
have a really running game.
Right, that power.
Justin Herbert's your running game, for God's sake. He scrambled, I think, for like some yards, and he had the most rushing yards.
I would
It's
put it
so
at the top
bad.
of my list.
Yeah.
I mean, you can get a good first, or you can get a good, talented running back. To
It's
make
second
it just
round
a
now.
late
Because no
first,
one...
early second.
No, late second. No one gives a crap
Yeah.
about running backs anymore.
For sure, they
So-
or bring a free agent, but because
Yeah.
you definitely need it, because that's definitely going to catch up.
You know who
with
they're
them.
going to be in competition with for that?
Who?
The Bills.
Oh yeah,
The Bills and the Chargers are going to be
exactly.
fighting
Oh,
over some
They're
quarterbacks
such
and running backs.
talented
Yeah.
team with
Yeah.
amazing quarterbacks,
With no running back.
great defenses. You know, pretty good defensive-minded coaches.
Yeah, but no freaking running back.
Yeah.
So they're going to be like in free agency fighting over whoever running backs are on the market.
So yeah,
Yeah.
good for the Chargers. I pictured a 2016, 16-13 type game,
Nope.
and I gave just enough confidence that the Chargers would win based on Staley. Staley was going to turn it around.
He did.
And get that win no matter what.
He did.
So yeah,
Good for
so
him.
good for the Chargers. Okay, I know. Oh, they're in LA. They're not my team. I talk to people all the time. Half of them are like, I'm divorced from the Chargers, and the other half are like, I've been following them all my life. They were originally the LA Chargers.
So it doesn't matter,
Whatever.
yeah.
Exactly.
Anyway.
All right. Okay, the next game, probably the shocker of the week.
Yes.
38-13, the Cards on the Titans. Oh my
Oh,
God.
yes. Oh, I have a lot of things to say about
Okay,
the
go
Cardinals. You
ahead.
can have your take after me because this is my team. This is my team.
Absolutely, for sure.
Okay, so
Yeah.
first off, Murray
Uh-huh.
looking crisp out there. His running is not like Lamar Jackson level, but it's
No.
like almost there, which is pretty scary, by the way.
He's always chopping his legs. Like
Yes.
it's just they're
So
moving
He
constantly.
always has contact with the ground, so that's what's really hard to bring him down. And he can
Yeah.
also shift. His change of direction is so high because he's always touching the contact to the ground.
He's a
chopping speed.
quarterback slash point guard
And a
slash
scat back.
shortstop
Scat
slash
back.
scat, all meshed into one.
But here's the kicker.
Yeah.
You said all meshed into one. Here's the icing on the top of the cake. He has the confidence of Tom Brady. He's the champion. He
Oh,
doesn't
yeah.
want to lose. He always thinks he's gonna win.
He hates it.
He hates losing. He
Yeah.
literally hates it.
Once I started writing down
Yeah.
did I send you the text of his early resume?
Yeah, you
Right?
did. Yeah, all of his
4
stuff.
state titles
Yeah.
in Texas, which isn't the easy.
I think he was
Texas-
undefeated, I think,
football is football
Yeah.
is king in Texas. That's where most of the talent comes from. That in
Yeah.
Florida.
Murray didn't
So
lose a
it's-
single
yeah.
high school game. I don't
Yeah, I
think.
mean, if you won
Yeah.
4 state titles in Wyoming, you know, you're probably Josh Allen.
Don't make fun of my boy
No,
Josh
I'm
Allen.
not making fun of him. But because
But
he
Texas,
was, yeah,
the
exactly.
competition's higher,
Right,
and he
right.
still won. So
you know, and then
And in
he,
college, yeah.
in college, between college and high school, he had lost a total of 3 games.
Mm-hmm.
He won the
That's
Heisman,
insane.
right?
I don't think he. Wait, yeah, he did win
He
the
did
Heisman.
win the Heisman,
Yeah,
yeah, and-
Heisman Trophy winner Kyler
Yeah.
Murray, and then he got.
Yeah.
And then here's another thing.
Uh-huh.
First overall, #1 pick.
Yeah. And
Again,
then
winner.
rookie of the year.
Yeah, rookie of
Yeah.
the year.
Next
See?
year takes his team within 1 game.
Of the playoffs.
And now
yeah.
he's in his magical 3rd year.
And he's looking
if
even better.
anything was sort of indicative of what's to come, I mean, I'm
Total
just telling you right
touchdowns,
now,
Yeah.
the MVP, if we're doing a week to week,
Yeah.
Kyler Murray, hands down. I don't think there's anybody that even comes in a close second, and unless I'm not remembering every game correctly.
For this first week, I give him Player of the Week.
Yeah, I mean maybe Chandler Jones.
I mean, yeah.
With
That's-
5
I'm about
sacks.
to get to that part. I'm
Yeah.
still
Okay,
on
we'll go
Murray. I'm still on
offense,
Murray.
defense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay,
offense.
go ahead.
So, you know how you were talking crap about AJ Green won't be as good or whatever?
Yeah, I did.
He has still had 2 receptions for 20-something yards, but here's the thing. It's not the yards. It's the quality of the yards again.
Yeah.
He caught the ball behind himself while spinning and then goes out of bounds 2 taps out of bounds. Come on. That's Pro Bowl AJ Green. So now you have AJ Green.
I've never
DeAndre
questioned
Hopkins.
AJ Green's talent. It's just like the injuries and getting up there with age. But yeah,
I think he'll be fine if he stays healthy.
I was so impressed.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone knows what Hopkins does. I was so impressed with Kirk Christian. Is that his name?
No.
Kirk something.
Christian Kirk.
Christian Kirk, the other way around.
I was about to say that. Christian Kirk looks like a number 2 wide receiver now. He's no longer the backup, washed up, whatever.
Some of the most beautiful passes. One was like
it's
over
Murray.
his head. Yeah.
Yeah, over his head. Behind him, he still
And
puts
it just
catches
dropped
it.
right into the basket.
Perfect
Yeah.
touchdown.
I mean, a guy with one arm could have caught that, you know? It's
Well,
just
DeAndre
like,
Hopkins one-handed catched one of them too.
He does.
You know what? I told you this on text.
Yeah.
DeAndre Hopkins looks even better than before. That should scare you.
Yeah, that last year was his first year.
Yeah.
He had to build the chemistry.
Yeah. Now
Yeah,
he has
the chemistry is definitely there,
God.
and you don't have to focus all your attention on Hopkins, especially with the air raid offense. That
they
Cliff
have to,
has.
like I said before, the mesh concept. So you have
Yeah.
2 crossing routes. Then you have Hopkins and AJ Green do the out routes, and then the running back runs the out. Who are you going to cover now?
Yeah, exactly.
Who do you double? Because
I
if you
think
double
what it
someone,
was
someone's open.
that Cliff always
Yeah.
wanted to run the raid offense, but they didn't have the players necessary.
They do now.
And through drafting and free agents.
Hopkins, Kirk,
yeah.
AJ Green, Williams, the tight end, is actually really good.
Okay.
He caught like 5-6 passes.
wow.
He was doing good.
Yeah, a good quarterback needs a nice
And Andy
tight
Isabella.
end. You know, I mean, look at Gronk and Brady.
Kittle,
right?
Kelsey.
Yeah, exactly.
But so
sure.
yeah, that's for the offensive side. That's good. The problem is the running back.
Yeah.
Again, why does no one care about running backs
I don't
anymore?
know.
Remember when LT was MVP in
Yeah.
2006? What happened?
I don't. And
What
in
happened?
fantasy football, if you want to win it, you have to draft running backs within the first couple rounds. So I guess in
Yeah.
fantasy football they're important.
Not
but
in
in
real
normal
football.
football they aren't.
But anyway, now to defense.
Oh yeah.
What did I say about JJ Watt? I told you he'd be good, and you
Yeah.
told me, he won't be good. or
Well, what
whatever.
I
You
said with
that.
JJ Watt and AJ
Yeah,
Green is
yeah.
that they'll have a few good games, but then they'll get injured. Age will
I think
catch
they'll
up
be
with
fine
them.
this year. The way they're playing, they're not playing stupid.
Yeah,
they're
because
playing
you're
safe.
not dependent on JJ Watts
Or
doing
AJ Green,
everything.
yeah.
So yeah, I mean
He's a distraction.
He's
is
a
what he is. He
distraction.
distracts
I mean,
them, and then
Chandler
Chandler
Jones
Jones comes in.
should give him some of those sacks, you know. For
Speaking
sure.
of Chandler Jones,
yeah,
once again, it's not the number of sacks; it's the quality again.
Yeah.
Each one of those
it
sacks
was a
was
blow up
crazy.
sack, right?
Yeah, one he did the Aaron Donald thing. He just
Yeah.
pushed the guy. He's like, nope, pushed him off.
Yeah.
Gets him. It's a strip sack. 2 forced fumbles, by the way.
Should they pay him?
Should they pay Chandler Jones?
Yeah. 'Cause
Yes.
It's a big contract.
Yes,
Okay.
keep Chandler Jones, please, for the love
I
of
know.
God, Cardinals. As a
I had
Cardinals
no
fan,
idea
please.
that he was that good.
Boy,
Well, I mean,
boy,
I
he
knew
was
he
their
was-
only defensive good
no,
player
for
at
sure,
the time. Yeah.
for sure.
Um,
And I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. And you know what? Everyone needs to know Buda Baker. I mean, that's a fucking freaking cool name. But
oh yeah, Buda Baker.
yeah,
I was about to
they're-
talk about him.
And
Byron
Isaiah
Williams.
Simmons, right?
Byron
Xavion,
Williams.
whatever his name is.
Yeah.
The first round.
We have
yeah.
Isaiah
I mean, that
Simmons.
defense
Mhm.
looks like it has something special too. Because 3 years ago, when Kyler Murray started,
Yeah.
that defense was terrible.
Oh, I
you
know.
And then the drafting and free agents.
Oh, yeah, the Niners found out real hard way.
Yeah, last year.
yeah.
Yeah, I told you that was gonna happen though.
And trying to remember his name. Is it Byron Murphy? Yeah, the cornerback for the Cardinals. He's really good now too. So now you have an actual good defense and then an explosive offense with Murray.
I think
It's crazy.
one of the most amazing
Cardinals.
plays that I've ever seen
Yeah.
in football
Yeah.
was that one play.
What's the one play? I have to think about it.
Really? Okay. He hikes the ball.
Yes.
He goes over to the side.
Oh yes.
He's gonna
now-
run.
Yeah.
No, he's not. He's gonna pull back.
Yeah.
He's gonna shoot the guy.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Now I
And
remember.
then throw it. I'm like,
You
dude.
missed it, by the way. You missed 3 important things. He juked 4 people.
He did.
I thought he was gonna get tackled. They were touching him, dude.
I know.
He still escapes and he throws it
he
perfectly.
was Houdini on that play.
Mhm.
I was
And it
like,
was perfect,
dude,
so-
I've never ever seen a play like that.
As a
I've
Niners fan, how do you feel?
I've been watching football for 40 years, and I've never.
How do you feel?
Yeah.
Niners fans, are you
Because usually
sweating?
running quarterbacks could do that, but then they can't really get the pass off, you know?
He threw a laser.
He
It was
did.
a perfect
It was
spiral
a-
dart,
yeah.
perfectly placed, caught
So,
everything. Christian Kirk, I think it was. Might have been Christian Kirk. Or was it DeAndre Hopkins?
Whoever
I know it was a touchdown. It made me laugh.
It would have been sad to do all that and then have a drop pass, you know?
Not my Cardinals. They were catching everything. But anyway.
They looked amazing, for sure.
You didn't answer my question, Niners fan.
what's
How
that?
do you feel as a Niners fan? Are you sweating after watching
absolutely.
Murray do that?
Oh, absolutely. That's why I wrote to you, why couldn't your team be in another division, or better yet, conference? How about we meet in the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, for sure.
Yeah, I'm happy. As a Cardinals fan, I'm very happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Unless you want to say anything else about the Cards, because we can probably send,
I mean, you go ahead if you have anything to say.
No, I
about
mean, I
it.
think you covered most of the things. I give him MVP for the week.
Oh yeah, Cliff Kingsbury.
Yeah.
You were talking crap. What happened?
Yeah, no, I did. You know what? I think Kyler Murray's like, hey, come along for the ride, and Cliff is more of a co-pilot. Sometimes you have these coaches.
He's like buying in, I guess.
Yeah, I forget. I mentioned somebody else being a co-pilot. Oh, that's what. Matt LaFleur is a co-pilot to Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
He doesn't really do anything. He just... and that's
enables
why...
him. Yeah.
Oh, wow. What's the next game I got in front of me? The
Oh,
one
look!
that
The one
tortured
that...
me.
Yeah, the one that screwed everyone over.
And the funny thing about it is that this is not the first time this happened. A couple years ago, the Packers came out to the West Coast, got blown out by the Chargers. I don't know if you remember that game.
I do.
And the next week, they got blown out by the 49ers. And I want to say
like,
last year they got blown out by somebody. And what happens is once you jump on top of Aaron Rodgers, instead of being Tom Brady or Patrick Mahomes or even the late great Joe Montana, he's just something about his demeanor changes. He panics or he doesn't care what happens. They lost 38-3. I mean, if you told me the Saints beat the Packers like 3 points, a touchdown, I could have lived with that.
But a massive blowout,
I mean,
and it was Jameis Winston.
Yes. Okay, let me get to...
We'll get to Jameis in a second, yeah.
There's so much to talk about in this game. We might spend 30 minutes
That's
on this.
fine.
Okay, with the Packers, I remember in the early podcast that we had saying...
Top 5? Yeah, top 4.
No.
Power
saying that I didn't think Rodgers is coming back.
Oh, right.
I think if he does come back, it's damaged goods. It was easy 2 years ago last year when
MVP.
Jordan Love, it's a diss.
Yeah.
I got a chip on my shoulder, but he still had the confidence and backing of his team somewhat.
Yeah.
This year, the GM, just whoever's in charge of the Packers, because they don't have ownership, just alienated him. And then he was doing golf with Brady. He was doing Jeopardy. You know, he was like living the life. And I think that missed time hurt him. And there's just a lot. The defense gave up 38 points.
They didn't really give it up more, as in Jameis Winston stole it from them because he's now a baller. He's legit now.
He is. You know what?
Jameis Winston is now legit.
At first,
Tale of two sides.
This is how it was.
Yeah.
I was trashing Jameis
You
Winston.
were. So was I.
In the beginning.
Yeah.
Early on, because I have the 30 interceptions with the 30. And then I started, the more I thought about it, I was like, I think this could actually work, because you saw small samples of Jameis Winston last year, right? It was very small. But he, I want to say, was it Drew Brees that got hurt or Taysom Hill that got hurt? Yeah,
one of them did.
I want to say it was Drew Brees.
Yeah.
And then that's when they put in Taysom Hill for the next couple games.
Yeah.
But famous Jameis, as they call him now, came in, directed some nice drives, beat the 49ers. That was a team that...
You were very upset about that.
No, I mean...
But at that point, your season was already over,
season
though.
was over,
yeah,
so I'm not crying over spilled milk.
Right.
So, and then in the playoffs, they put him in for one play. It's some type of fake, and he throws a touchdown. So you're like, okay, he's... You know what? He's now, for the past year, under Drew Brees, a Hall of Famer.
Yep,
Sean Payton,
sure.
one of the greatest play callers of our generation. I mean, I still remember that onside kick in the Super Bowl against the Colts.
Oh my God! Yeah.
So I mean, the famous Jameis. I mean, this guy won the national championship at Florida State. Had some good numbers, but just didn't have the right coach or confidence,
or the right play calling system.
And you know what? Look at what he's surrounded by. An offensive line that protected him. You got Alvin Kamara. I put too much emphasis on Michael Thomas being out.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, for sure. And the
Sean
defense
Payton,
that I thought was salary cap stricken, they looked good too. So it sort of sucks because now that the Saints could go to the playoffs, it means that there's going to be one less playoff ticket for the NFC West.
Yeah, I really wanted all 4 to go. That'd been hilarious.
Yeah, and you know what? I mean, right now, if you ask me who's out, I'm going to say the 49ers. You know? I mean, it pains me to say that.
Because you literally almost lost to the god.
It's not even necessarily Lions that we lost to the Lions. It's just the injuries, not having a great secondary. It's what the other teams did. They were never threatened. The Rams were never threatened by the Bears. The Seahawks were never threatened by the Colts. And damn sure, the Cardinals
blew them out. The Titans. Yeah,
exactly.
That's what the Niners should have done to the Lions. You should have blown them out.
Right. So even though all 4 won, they each have a different degree of
winning
and success. Exactly. All right. So, so I think I said what I wanted to say about the Packers and then the Saints. And it just bothered me that, like, he had that smug look on his face, Aaron Rodgers, and, like, don't worry about it, relax.
He got paid. He knows he's leaving.
Yeah.
I know. You know what? I'm going to call right here.
Yeah.
I'm going to call my shot like Babe Ruth.
Okay.
He's going to leave after this year. He's going to take the money and he's going to leave.
For sure.
That's why he smiled.
There's definitely plenty of teams that would love to have him.
Yeah, I know who'd love to have him.
Who?
Broncos.
Yeah. No, I mean, you put him on the Broncos.
Oh, God. Now the AFC West is scary.
Super Bowl type thing.
Again.
Because all the pressure's not going to be on him. He's got weapons.
Yeah.
The defense is like, that's an elite defense.
Mm-hmm.
Where your corners are good, your pass rushers are good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, that, it killed me because,
that money.
I had, the money. I had the 3 teams. And the crazy thing about it is that I had to sweat out the Bucks on Thursday.
Oh, yeah.
Barely winning 31-29. If not for a push off, they don't win.
Yeah.
Then I have to sweat out of all games the 49er game, which they were up 38-10. They were up 41-17. Like, that's what I get for leaving. Like, I should tell my wife, the Niners almost lost.
Yeah, you cursed me.
Yeah, you made me go get lunch for everybody.
Yeah, superstition.
And my team almost lost. Yeah,
So,
exactly. Had I been there,
NFL fans are highly superstitious.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Very. So that could have done it. Seriously.
Yeah, they could have.
You going to get lunch could have ruined it.
What did I miss? Yeah. All right. The next game, which is probably the game of the week, heavyweight match, right? Number 2 against number 3.
Yeah.
You had the Browns and the Chiefs. When I turned on that game, I was like, "Oh,
the Browns
God.
are gonna win."
Yeah, 22-10.
Yeah.
But I thought if any
Mahomes.
Quarterback could come back, it's Mahomes.
It's Mahomes.
They did this. The stats. Remember, I was telling you if Rodgers gets behind by double digits, it's over. Well, it sounds like most quarterbacks,
right,
will go down after being. But they did. I think
what's Mahomes?
Mahomes was 10-6.
Yeah.
Which comes out to like a 60%.
Which is pretty good.
Which is pretty good.
You're down by double, Jesus.
Then they went to the greatest quarterbacks of all time, which is Brady and Montana. And being down double digits, they were both like 38 or 39%. So you would.
So Mahomes is better than the 2 goats. How do you feel about that one? No, honest take. How do you feel about that?
I think that Brady is so far ahead, it's going to be very difficult to catch up. And the fact that he's still playing while you're playing. But
you know what I mean?
He's going to win his Super Bowls and he'll be considered one of the greats. He's just not going to be the greatest as much as ESPN tries to make him out to be.
You can have more
so
than
much
one
hero
goat.
Worship. No, I know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
he'll be another goat.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's all good.
All right, so let's see.
Not much to say about that game because it's just everyone's OP, so it doesn't really matter. Everyone's powerful, overpowered. They're 2 heavyweights. Like there's not much to say.
That's true. Okay, but okay, so for the first 3 quarters, you had the new Browns. Kevin Stefanski was calling great plays, giant holes where Nick Chubb and former Kansas City Chief Kareem Hunt, which they kicked off because of some...
Who knows why?
Yeah, I think it was something with his girlfriend or wife or some type of abuse or something like that.
One man's trash, another one's treasure.
Yeah. So...
Then what happened?
Okay.
What happened in the 4th quarter?
Oh, yes, the 4th quarter.
Okay,
so they're 29-10, and the punter, what the hell, dude? He gets it snap, and then he bobbles it a little bit, and then you're going to run it. You better just do a pooch kick and at least, get it to midfield or something. And then after that, then you had Baker Mayfield, as he's going down, being tackled, throw an interception. So basically... the Browns turned back into the old Browns in the fourth quarter,
Yep.
and then Mahomes turned into Mahomes.
Of
Put on his
yesteryear.
cape, yeah.
Uh-huh.
So
How do you
that's
feel?
what's sort of disappointing about the Browns. I think they bounced. Well, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
But yeah. So they should have won that game.
The Browns should have won.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to be considered a playoff team, Super Bowl
You gotta
bound
close
contender,
out the game,
even
like the
if
Chargers
it
did.
is the Chiefs. That messed up punt and then that interception.
Yeah.
You know, they just sort of cracked under pressure, just as Mahomes was building his confidence.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
Happens.
All right. So, anything else you want to add to that?
Yeah.
really good game?
Any
Okay.
given Sunday. Remember when I told you about
Uh-huh.
the Cowboys and the Buccaneers game? Remember when I said the
Yeah.
0.00%?
Oh, right,
Any given
right.
Sunday.
Yeah.
All this that happened,
Yeah.
that explains it. Any given Sunday, any team can win.
For sure. I just
Random
didn't
things happen.
see in the
Yeah.
end Mahomes losing after 8 months
Of saying I'm gonna go 20-0.
20-0, yeah, and getting beat bad in the Super Bowl. So he had to win that game, and so he found out a way, and the Browns helped him. Oh, Hunter.
here you go. Oh,
shoot,
no.
What do I do with this hot potato?
Mahomes
Hot
paid me so
potato.
much money.
You ever
Yeah.
play that game as a kid? Right?
Yes,
The hot
yes,
potato
yes.
game? Yeah.
So dumb.
It is. You're right. I mean,
Next game.
okay. All right, next game. Broncos beat the Giants 27-13. I have no idea what I was thinking taking the Giants.
We put too much into their weapons.
Yeah,
We
they're
should have put more into the Broncos defense.
right
because,
that Giants
yeah.
O-line was terrible. Daniel Jones had a couple fumbles.
Yeah.
And Saquon Barkley, he had 10 rushes for 26 yards. He seems hesitant. I mean, he tore like 3 out of the 4 ligaments, you know, not
Yeah.
only the ACL, but the meniscus
Yeah,
and the
everything.
MCL.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it really takes another year to come back.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and the Broncos looked good. Towards the end, I could, if someone put a gun to my head, I would have been like, no, Giants aren't winning, the Broncos are winning, because that defense is elite, and then you have weapons, Noah Fant, Cortland Sutton, Jerry Jeudy, Melvin Gordon, and Teddy Bridgewater played a great game, moving around in the pocket, and
Another journeyman quarterback.
yeah,
Finding another home.
for sure. He's not asked to do too much because he can use his mobility and he is distributing it out great. So I could actually see the Broncos pushing for that wild card, you know?
Yeah.
Because they got a defense, they got a quarterback, they got weapons, they got a defensive-minded head coach. They do play in the AFC West, so they got to beat Herbert and Mahomes twice. But if they can beat the other people...
How dare you make fun of? How dare you disregard my boy Derek Carr? 400 plus yards,
We'll
had the
get
most
to it.
passing
That's
yards.
the Monday
And
night
you didn't
game.
even say anything about Derek
Why
Carr.
are you talking
What is
about
wrong
the
with you?
Raiders? If
No. You said AFC West. So
Oh,
it's the
yeah,
Chiefs,
okay, yeah.
the-
Yeah, you
the
gotta
Raiders
throw, you
and the Chargers.
You gotta throw Carr in there. I mean,
gotta-
Carr
come on,
reminded
man.
me of 2016 Carr.
Yeah.
When he looked like, damn, this guy's
Yeah.
doing pretty well.
But anyways,
Anyway,
continue with the
sorry,
Broncos.
we gotta focus
I know.
here.
I'm just saying though. No disrespecting Carr.
Yeah. So the Giants ran into the same problems they have had the last few years. No offensive line.
Bad luck.
Bad luck.
Like last
Saquon
night's
Barkley.
God.
He's going to be on his way out with an injury. And yes, I put way too much in. Oh, they got Galladay and they got
Yeah.
Kyle Rudolph and
Yeah,
they
it
got
didn't do anything.
Kadarius Toney, which I don't even know if he did anything in the game. A rookie.
Yeah, we should have put
receiver.
more into the Broncos defense.
Yeah,
Oh,
Broncos
look, you
defense.
have that rookie corner who's actually really good.
Yeah, and I think obviously the Teddy Bridgewater starting over Drew Lock was definitely the right choice.
Yeah, I mean he does bridge the gap.
and they did this 27-13
Yeah.
on the road because
Yeah.
I was taking points away from the Broncos because I'm like the Broncos
Aren't
defense
a mile
without their
high.
home field advantage aren't as threatening.
Hey, viewers,
Completely
I'd like to note the time now. Milton just let that bad pun I made fly right over his head. I'm offended.
what'd
Teddy
you say?
Bridgewater, he bridges the gap.
Oh, okay. I missed it. I was like, what's so funny about that? Okay.
Come on, man.
Sometimes you miss the obvious. All right,
You
let's
do.
get to the Sunday night game and the Monday night football
Oh
game.
my
and then we can go to
God!
Five Guys.
More crazy games.
Yeah.
If this whole season's like this, it's gonna be a heart attack.
I said to myself, had the game not been on Sunday night, I would have made the Rams my third lock, which I wish I would have done.
You should have done it.
I should have done because, like, would I really think Andy, like, Sean, I had
It
all
wasn't
these
even Andy
stats
Dalton.
to
It was
back
Justin
it up. I
Fields.
can't believe Sunday night,
Yeah.
the Sunday night scaries, as my wife calls it, because she's got to go to school the next day.
Yeah.
I had the Sunday night scaries.
Of course you did.
But after watching a couple plays, I mean, Matthew Stafford had a couple touchdowns, 300 yards. Coop looked great.
Did you see his big dart, his big throw in the beginning?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for
I was
sure.
like, oh my god. Told you had a cannon.
Yeah, he does have a cannon. I think my only thing with him, and I hope
Injuries.
it happens, is
yeah.
an injury, so the Niners can be the third team that slip in. And the
McVay
Rams
wants
don't.
that. McVay is happy.
Yeah,
He got the cannon
I mean, the
quarterback
defense
play
still
action.
looked good. I thought there'd be some drop off.
And it's Aaron Donald and Jalen Ramsey. You have two of the top.
There really isn't.
There's
So
no drop
my
off.
biggest worry was Matthew Stafford, and is the defense going to survive without Staley? Both those questions got answered.
So the Rams. So not the Rams. So all those pundits saying the Rams are like top 10 is not a joke anymore.
Yeah, you'll see in my power
Yeah,
rankings,
yeah.
but we'll get to that.
Because we were questioning that. Remember, we're like, why are they up here so high? Remember?
And one of my good
It's the
friends, the
Rams.
question he asked me, I'm like, ask me any question. I've been studying this for
Yeah.
months. He's like, the Rams, why are they up there so high when I don't see it?
Well, now we know.
Now we see it.
Yeah.
I think he even admitted that he saw it.
Yeah. But anyways,
So,
continue.
Yeah. So
I
and
was
then,
just making
okay,
sure.
so you put Justin Fields at the goal line. He plays
Yeah.
4 plays. He completes 2 passes and runs it in. Right.
I think he
Yeah,
does.
he did. He did run.
Yeah, Justin Fields looks
Well,
good. Make
yeah,
him start.
I mean, they did sort of the same thing with Trey Lance. That he had a few plays.
Yeah, at the goal line,
and
yeah.
He threw a pass. Right.
Yeah.
It was a throwing touchdown.
Yeah, that was his first official throw was a touchdown.
I
Yeah.
mean, like.
There you
Everybody's saying it. Chicago Bear fans, most pundits. I mean, it's
Put in
hard to
Fields.
find somebody that's backing Andy Dalton besides his wife
go.
and like
You're
maybe his
so
college
mean.
coach.
You're so mean.
You know what? When you're a redheaded boy, you're gonna get crap. Okay, the redheaded girls not
Ah.
so much, but when you're a redheaded boy, that's why
Yikes.
it's redheaded stepchild, which usually means redheaded.
That's rude.
Yeah.
We don't condone that kind of bullying on the show. It's only the truth.
Hey, I live with 3 redheads. Okay, my wife and 2 of my daughters. Okay, but
I
they're
see that
girls.
bias
They're
now.
girls. So
Wow.
it's
So
totally different.
sexism and hair
Yeah,
colorism.
ex-
Real good.
yeah,
As someone who's a 49er fan and red is a primary color.
Yeah. Well, they're more orange. When you say redhead, you should be really calling
an
them
orange head.
Orange head. Yeah,
Yeah.
you should be calling them creamsicles.
How
right?
dare you.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway,
Anyways.
they should put Justin Fields in.
Yes, absolutely.
Just like they should put your boy
You know
to
what?
get Garoppolo.
Someone made a good point on this, and they said, I don't know if it's the right choice to put Trey Lance into the NFC West games. Like,
Oh, Trey
possibly
Lance, yeah.
outside, but man, really? Against the Cardinals or against the Seahawks? So it's one-on-one against Murray. I'm going to give it to Murray. One-on-one against Russell Wilson. I'm going to give it to
Russell Wilson, yeah.
And Stafford, I'm probably going to give the slight edge to Stafford
This has
over,
been here
over
longer,
Lance.
yeah.
I mean, years down the road, we're talking something different, but you almost have to use Trey Lance as a secret weapon.
So Trey Lance is literally like the squire watching the Knights fight.
yeah,
And
exactly.
his knight is
Don't throw
is
him in too
Garoppolo.
soon. And Garoppolo had a great game, minus his fumble. You know, he had 300 yards and a few touchdowns. And
Did he get picked?
I don't think he got picked.
He only got fumbled.
Yeah.
He always does a turnover and then he does good.
Yeah, and then like the stats are crazy. I've seen it on ESPN where it's like after an interception, you know, his passer rating is like 153.7. That's exaggerated, but you get
Yeah,
what I'm
really
saying,
high.
where
Yeah, I
it's, like,
understand.
really
Yeah.
high.
Anyway.
All right, so we're done with that game. Okay, and then the last game is the Ravens at the Raiders, which I was siding on the Raiders sideline, and
I
then
said Raiders.
the injuries were just too much. Your whole backfield gets wiped out, which my thinking was that's going to put too much pressure on Lamar Jackson. And he's going to turn it
did.
over.
Yeah.
I saw the turnovers happening as interceptions. Little
Not
did I
fumbles.
know fumbles. Yeah, exactly. But it makes sense if you're running the ball because you have no one to hand it off to.
They just punched the ball out of his hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Easy
and
punch.
you know what? Give it up to Derek Carr, the black hole, or no, they call it the Death Star, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a Death Star, but it's in every true Raider fan from the Bear, it's the black hole.
I
Yeah.
think the Death Star is just an addition to it.
Yeah,
You know,
there's a Death
we
Star
are
with the black hole next to it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Man,
The Death Star is a true curse.
yes.
The Ravens did not look like the Ravens. They look like a junior high team.
Yeah, I mean, that
Like, what
offensive
happened?
line looked bad. Villanueva, who came from the Steelers, looked bad. Ronnie Staley on the other side, the tackles looked bad.
Bad.
And it's not like the Raiders have this front four
No, they
Washington
don't.
49er front four.
Not even close.
I mean, they've wasted first round picks on the front line. It just goes to show you how bad the Ravens offense was. And then now
Yeah.
their defense with Marcus Peters
is gone.
They were giving up like 176 yards passing, something crazy
Yeah.
stat like that, and without him it was like 250 or something like that.
Well, we can see why, because Carr got 400 plus
Yes,
passing yards.
400.
He carved them up.
He did.
Yeah.
He did.
What
So,
happened?
Shout out to one of my friends out there for the Raiders.
Calling it?
I said, hey,
Yeah.
the Raiders are going to win in the upset. I was sending it to everybody. I'm like, is this just seem like one of those games last year that I'm like, the Ravens are going to win, and you're going to be like, I don't know. I think
the
the
Raiders.
Raiders. Yeah. So I think it was a Saints-Raiders game, and you were
Yes.
feeling the Raiders.
I told you.
And I was like, dude, it's Drew Brees. they're
And
playing
then they
out.
lost to the Saints.
Yeah.
No, the Saints
exactly.
lost to the Raiders.
But they're.
And then the
I
Raiders
wanna
beat
see
the Chiefs.
that if the Raiders want to continue to hopefully have a wild card,
Yeah.
they won 8 games last year. Maybe they can win 10.
Yeah.
They need to not only slay the Giants, because last year they slayed the Chiefs, the
Yeah.
Chargers, the Browns, the Saints, and then they lost to losers like
I know.
the Jets.
What
and
happened?
Just some
Yeah.
other terrible teams. So yeah, that's up to Gruden. That
Yeah.
falls to Gruden.
Yeah.
You know.
So yeah, AFC West and NFC West are
Yeah.
strong, and they scare me.
Oh yeah, AFC West.
The
won all
West
their
teams.
games. The
Yeah.
West
Everyone
teams. Everyone on the
was
West
1-0.
Coast.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Screw you, East Coast. Huh?
Yeah.
Look at you laughing at us now, huh?
Exactly.
Trying to thumb your noses at us
Especially
now.
all that
Yeah.
bias on
ESPN.
college football and all they
ESPN is
count as
biased.
East Coast teams.
Yeah.
Well, on that one, it's
Yeah.
not a bias. It's sort of true. It's basically the SEC.
They keep
right?
just saying Cowboys.
What's that?
Well, I'm talking about like
Yeah.
ESPN's bias to the East Coast. They're always like Cowboys this, Cowboys that,
Oh,
whatever.
yeah.
And they
I'm
never
tired
talk
when
about the
all, like,
West.
They talk about is
Yeah.
All right, so we finished
Respect on
our
our name.
week 1. Yeah, great week 1, except for the betting part
Yeah.
and the damn.
We'll do
Packers.
better. We'll do better.
Yeah.
We got to do better. It's week 2.
All right.
We already started week 2.
Oh shoot! I
Speaking
think
of
I
which-
lost. Hold on. A
You,
second.
while you're doing all this talk,
Oh no! I
so
got it,
Washington
I got it.
football team
I got it.
for this week,
Found it.
they won because of their
Oh
defense.
yeah, let's talk about.
Yeah, because it's week 2 now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
They won 'cause of their defense.
Can we save that for our week 2 because we got to go to 5 random questions?
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I need my.
We
give
need
my
a break
brain-
now. Yeah.
Yeah, or else.
Yeah, you're right. But
Okay.
just saying though.
Okay. You'll be the first one to talk on that.
For
And
sure.
I saw a lot of the game yesterday in the break room.
Me too.
All right. So 5 random questions. All right.
Yay.
All right.
See if you can stump me, guys.
No, these are softball ones.
Softball? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
they're catered to us.
Oh,
Okay.
perfect.
All right. What cartoons do you remember watching and loving the most?
Kurt's Cowardly Dog.
Okay.
Ed, Edd and Eddie. Rocket Power. Rugrats.
the Rugrats.
The Powerpuff Girls.
Oh, I used to love Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
What else is
yeah,
there?
I didn't watch it as a kid.
I watched it as a kid.
After college or whatever, but it was just something about it that was
It's very cartoon, like comic book.
yeah.
Yeah, that's why I like it.
Absolutely. That's definitely, if I was making a list of
yeah,
like,
for sure.
I would put that on there.
SpongeBob. You gotta have SpongeBob in there.
SpongeBob.
What else is a classic?
I only
cartoon
know
that
the
like?
cartoons you're talking about because I have kids.
Okay. Yeah, I grew up with these. Okay, in the
Yeah.
'90s and 2000s.
Right.
That was the oh yeah, Kids Next Door. What else is there? Code Lyoko, definitely good. And then some anime because they actually were on Toonami. They had
Okay.
Naruto, Bleach, One Piece. They
I
actually
don't know
had
why
them.
when I have anime that I want to like
They're
put it in
actually
another
on there.
category instead of cartoons, just because there's more realism to it, if that makes sense.
True, but you
Yeah.
said my cartoons growing up as a kid, and this is on Toonami on
No,
Cartoon Network.
that's true.
Yeah,
no,
they
I'm
had
just
anime
saying that
on
that's
there.
my
Yeah.
small little like.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
But that's what I watched growing up. All the good ones. And now they have these weird new ones. There's only a couple good ones that I think are good. The rest are kind of bad, but
Yeah, it's a lot of Disney stuff.
it's my elitism shining through. I love the 90s, 2000s cartoons too much.
Okay. I'm gonna go with like, well, I mean, some of these cartoons are from like the 50s or 60s, but I was watching them in the late 70s and early 80s.
Yeah.
So my cartoons, Popeye.
Popeye's good.
Yeah.
Teaching how to eat healthy.
Yeah, exactly. Eat healthy.
Before Tom Brady told you
have
to.
a dysfunctional relationship with your girlfriend who's always cheating with Bluto.
Yeah.
You know, smoke a pipe.
Yeah.
You know,
Totally not
get
unhealthy.
in fist fights. So, yeah, and then I go to the Looney Tunes. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
you have I forget his name, but the guy with 2 pistols.
Elmer Fudd. Not
Not
Elmer
Elmer
Fudd. Sam. Something Sam.
Sam.
Yeah. I
He's
don't
got
really
his
watch
2
those.
guns
Yeah.
and his little mustache. And
Yeah.
So I'm
God.
trying to think what else. God, there's just so many. I mean, I used to love before going to school during the weekdays the Spider-Man.
Oh, Spider-Man's good.
Spider-Man. You know,
That one.
Yeah. And like the Superman, but these were like old school
cartoons
from like the 60s. And
Yeah.
I mean, we could spend a whole podcast going over
could.
them, but those are
We don't have time for that though.
Yeah, and then the Saturday morning cartoons, there's a bunch of them, but
Yeah.
anyways, moving on to the next question. Okay. Let's see. What happened when you got in trouble at home? How were you punished?
Timeout.
Time out. Oh my God. Yeah, you were definitely a kid in the 90s or 2000. You definitely were the 70s or 80s kid.
Yeah, so basically I do something bad. Oh, you're on timeout. So I go to the corner. There was a special corner I had designated for a timeout.
Did you have to put your face into the wall?
Oh yeah, I'd
You did?
I'd stare at the corner, like timeout.
Okay, that's a little demeaning.
So I'd sit there,
Yeah.
stare at the wall
All right.
for a long time. It was bad.
That sounds a little torturous for sure.
Yeah, that's 90s though. We're not gonna do your age where you got beaten with wooden switches and sticks and
okay. So
brooms.
my mom would rat me out, you know.
Of course she
to,
would.
To my dad. And sometimes she would protect me. Sometimes she would rat me out. Sometimes she would do both at the same time. That's just Hispanic panic. It's my mom.
Oh yeah, I was
grew up
raised
in
by
a
whites.
Yeah, you were raised by
Timeout.
whites.
Yeah,
either.
that's it.
Time out. Next time,
Hispanics
it's
though,
gonna be
a longer timeout.
a longer
Yeah.
timeout, or what's it called when you're punished for a week and you're
Grounded.
Grounded.
Yeah, you're gonna be grounded.
Yeah.
But what's Hispanic parents do? I
Oh,
want to know now.
geez.
What happens?
Okay. So what it would be is I would have to bend over.
Oh no.
Yeah, and my dad would take off his belt, which was this nice leather belt.
Oh no.
And then I would panic and be like, "No, Dad, don't hit me!" and just start bawling out, crying. He would laugh because he would think it was so funny that I was crying.
Yeah.
So not only did you have a belt slapping you on your legs, but you had the humiliation of your dad laughing at you. Okay?
Oh no.
I'm not sure. I mean, you've probably never been hit with the belt, you know, but you just imagine that leathery thing just smacking skin. You know?
No. Oh.
And he ain't like lightly.
He only did the leather part? I got hit with the belt buckle, son.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
That hurts. You ever been hit by a metal belt buckle?
No, but the belt was
belt hurt. Trust
was
me.
enough. And then after that, and he used to say,
And you laugh. Yeah.
if you keep crying, I'm gonna hit you some more.
Oh no! The one that I hear is if you keep crying, I'll give you something to cry about.
Yeah,
something like that.
His was just direct to the point. He didn't like make me guess of what something more was. He would just let me know. So, and then
Yeah.
there was my mom saying, "Don't hit him anymore. You've hit him enough." You know. So
We don't do that anymore.
she was
You'd
a
be
prosecutor and she was a defender.
I'm gonna call 911 on you. We don't do that anymore. Remember? No abusive parents allowed.
Yeah,
That's why
exactly.
kids
Luckily,
are-
yeah.
That's why kids are little shits.
I have all girls, so I can't imagine hitting my girls or giving them timeouts or anything like that. So
You usually just hit the boys. I've never heard of a girl being punished
yeah,
like
no,
that.
you're right. I don't
I've
think
never
even
heard
back
of
in the
it being
days it just wasn't the thing to hit a girl. Yeah, a
You just
grown
say,
man hitting a girl.
They're like, go to your room. Think what you've done. Or something.
Yeah, exactly. No
But a guy,
shopping
though, they
for
hit you. The
No more
boy, you get
shoes.
hit. Yeah.
Exactly. All right. What do you miss most about being a child?
Being able to fit on the slides and chutes on the playground.
Yeah.
I had multiple nightmare dreams where I was older and I'm like, I can't fit through the slides and stuff. I couldn't fit through them, the chutes.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see. Yeah.
And now sometimes when I go by the player, I'm like, damn, I can't play on them anymore. I'm too big.
I like
That's
the
it.
and it's still your time, but like when we go to Chuck E. Cheese and you go into that whole
Yeah, that
maze.
thing. That's what I'm saying. That
Yeah.
too. I can't fit in there anymore. I'm
Yeah.
too big.
Oh yeah.
So I missed that.
Love
Like, used to play
I mean,
that,
I
yeah.
wish that like my parents would have built me one at home. You know. So
Yeah,
I could play
exactly.
with my friends.
You have a
Something about
base.
those mazes. Yeah.
Yeah, a maze base.
Yeah. But
For sure.
continue.
Yeah. Also, what I miss, playing with kids who are completely invested in playing pretend with you.
Okay. Yeah.
Because adults don't really do that.
No,
Like,
no.
you're a kid.
Yeah.
I still enjoy doing pretend. So,
For sure.
like in Dungeons and Dragons, it's all basically
okay. Yeah.
imaginary
Yeah.
pretend.
It's
yeah.
the next level. Yeah.
Of pretend. It's like
For
you
sure.
graduate from kid pretend
Yeah.
to like middle school imaginary stuff.
Yeah.
High school, like, you suck, whatever. And then college and adult, Dungeons and Dragons. Here you go. Now you can play pretend with rules.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's the stuff I miss. Yeah.
I think I miss just the novelty of being a child where Christmas was just like magical.
Oh, yeah.
Or
Yeah. Oh,
birthday,
yeah.
you know, or going to Disneyland.
Magic.
I just
Yeah.
think the novelty of doing something for the first time as a kid, of course, playing
Can't do
with
it again.
toys,
Yeah.
cartoons, just feeling the protection of your parents.
Not anymore.
Yeah, not anymore.
Now you're out in the cold.
I got the protection of my wife, you know.
Hope she doesn't listen to this.
Yeah, unfortunately, she doesn't listen to these. So.
Oh no,
She's
so
the one
she
that
says.
she's the one that said
What?
that we didn't need to do a podcast because nothing really happened this week. You know?
What do you mean nothing really happened?
That's-
Watch NFL. So
I
much
know.
crap happened.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. This one. Tell me about a teacher who made the biggest impact on you.
Oh man.
You got elementary school. You got
Oh, I know.
junior high. You got
High
high
school.
school. Yeah.
You say junior high. That just shows me how old you are. You
I
call
know.
it middle school. I went to Hillsdale right over here.
I know. I always give my kids
How
a hard
dare
time.
you.
I know.
On the game most impact? My kindergarten teacher.
Oh, really? Wow.
Shout out to
From
Miss
day one?
Finner.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because at Rancho Elementary, really up here.
Okay, yeah, the one up. I used to live over by there. Yeah.
Yeah, no, literally right up the street from here. That's where I went, and
That's where we used to live before.
moving down here,
Yeah.
literally living down the street.
So Kainaranga, which is that street.
Yeah.
Right across the way.
She taught me a lot of things. She basically
How to
taught me.
color.
No, you joke, but
Okay. I'm
no,
trying to
she
think.
she gave me this one. She sat me down one time. She talked to me, and she's like, "Well, can't always cry about every little thing."
Yeah.
Because I like to cry a lot,
Okay.
and I stopped crying after that. She said sometimes you can't just be a brat.
Uh-huh.
You can't just have
So
everything.
she called you out on it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
day
but
one.
in a supportive way,
Yes.
not in a
Said-
demeaning
no. No, she's a
know-
kindergarten teacher.
Yes.
They're all a bunch of huggers.
That's true. You know what the name of my kindergarten teacher was?
What?
Should I have you get some get? No, you.
No,
probably-
just what's
What?
her last name? Just tell me.
Mrs. Love.
Oh.
You're saying that all kindergarten teachers, right? I mean,
Yeah,
can you get
yeah.
any more
Got
nurturing?
love. I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Mrs. Love, Mrs. Finner for me. No, she taught me the meaning of social
Dealing with-
relationships.
Okay.
Dealing
with
with
tough times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dealing with myself, honestly, just thinking, I'm like, my 5-year-old self's like, whatever. But now that I think back, like, I hope she's doing okay now. I don't even know if she's still alive.
I'm pretty sure mine's not because mine was older at the time. So
Mine
I'm
was a bit
almost-
old too, so
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'm sure they passed away.
I know. So,
Yeah.
well,
that's cool.
thank you, Miss Finner. I appreciated that.
Nice.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting to see your other classmates if they feel the same way too.
Possibly.
Yeah.
I know some of them still.
Yeah.
She might have done that to everyone.
That's nice.
How about you?
Mine.
Love.
Yeah, Mrs. Love.
Oh God, the
Alright.
Love Train. Just kidding.
Yeah.
That was an old show where they dance on TV.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
So for mine happened in junior high.
middle school.
What was it called?
Old man. What grade then? What grade?
Actually 7th and 8th. Okay,
Yeah, because
go-
your elementary's 1 through 6, huh?
No.
1st through 6th grade is
No,
elementary
it
for
was-
you.
Yes, yeah, kindergarten through 6th
Not
grade.
here, it's-
Yeah.
it's 1st through 5th
So
grade,
we
yeah.
had 7th through 9th. That was
Oh,
our
makes
junior high,
sense.
yeah.
Okay.
So 7th and 8th grade.
Yeah.
I had he was sort of a combination of things. So his name was Fred Fredericks.
God, sounds like Fred Warner, the linebacker for the Niners.
So cool. Like all the guys wanted to be him.
Of course.
Because he was athletic, he was funny, he was good looking, and then all
Had a
the
hot
girls
wife.
had crushes on him. You
Oh
know?
my God.
Yeah. So he was my history teacher, which I loved history. He's the
me
one that
too.
sort of taught me my love for history.
Oh, good.
And then he also happened to be my football and basketball coach. Up to then, I hadn't done any organized sports.
Yeah.
So he was my football coach and basketball coach and history
Man,
teacher.
just does everything.
Yeah. Oh, it's a
Jeez.
small school. So
Oh,
I went to
okay,
a
that makes sense.
small, like smaller private school.
Ah.
So yeah, definitely Fred Fredericks. I mean, my love is sports, playing in it, and also history and just being funny. So absolutely, like, if I would have gone into, I mean, that's why I went into coaching, and that's why I probably should have gone into teaching. But yeah, Fred Fredericks. If you're out there, if you're listening to this podcast,
Shout out to you.
yeah, exactly. I hope you're doing well. Okay, last question, and then we'll move on to our week 2.
Right.
What type of music did you listen to growing up, and what were your favorite bands?
The music that I listened to growing up?
Yeah.
Jeez. What do you mean by
I'm not
growing
talking
up?
about the Metallica days. I'm talking like, yeah, just early
Elementary school?
like late elementary school, getting ready to go to
Middle school?
Middle school, yeah.
Oh, Pokemon.
I said music.
Yeah, Pokemon. Pokemon music.
Pokemon music.
Yeah, video game music,
Oh my God.
Pokemon music, like battle music.
Okay.
You've never listened to Pokemon battle music, have
I
you?
guess I haven't. No, I was talking
It's
about.
actually some
could
of the
we go
best.
okay, I'm sure it is. I'm not gonna. But could we go on radio type music?
That didn't start till high school, dude. I
Okay,
didn't listen
okay,
to
fine.
anything till high school.
Okay, fine.
Seriously.
Then, okay, so
For high school,
yeah, what were some of your favorite bands, or some of the bands that got you into other music and
Trivium,
Okay.
which you've listened to.
okay,
and you said it was actually good
it
songs.
was actually really good. Yeah.
I listened to Trivium.
Yeah.
That got me into things. Then Metallica, because my girlfriend got me
Yeah.
into that. What else did I have? I had a lot of rap too, by the way,
Oh, yeah?
which you'd find very ironic, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Listen
like
to
who?
NWA.
Oh, yeah. Good stuff.
Eminem.
Yes, great rap.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
I gotta do that.
Yeah,
Gotta
you
do
know,
that.
I was listening to a lot of that too. I wasn't huge into rap or R&B and all that stuff, but yeah, the NWA, the Public Enemy, Run DMC, my like freshman year in high school. So yeah, I could totally see that.
And then I have to give a shout out to my one-hit wonder rappers that I listened to in high school. Young Jock and Rich Boy. Throw some D's on it and it's going down, because my drum major in high school marching band
Yeah.
was black, and he played on a boombox. He'd play these songs and we would dance them on the band bus.
Oh,
and he
that's
taught
cool.
all the white kids how to dance
I know.
to these rap songs. And we would, some of my favorite memories. So that's why I
Okay.
like the songs. So funny.
Yeah.
Shout out to my drum major.
All right. All right.
We listened to that on the bus. This is
Uh,
before iPods.
You know, I had the influence of like the Zeppelin playing in the background and the Doors, and you know.
You're old.
CCR.
You're
No, it was
old.
my dad. Yeah, it was my dad playing that. But
Yeah.
my music
Yeah.
that defined me
Mhm.
probably started in about 6th grade. I
Yeah.
mean, MTV was doing their videos, and
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Def Leppard came on, and then so pretty much hair bands or metal bands, you know,
Makes sense.
all those.
Sorry, could we go to things that are actually radio?
No, they were.
I'm
was
kidding,
on the
I'm
Mighty
kidding.
690. I was
I'm
listening
getting
to
back
it
at
on
you.
the AM station. Actually, I didn't even listen to it on the FM station. Yeah.
Oh yeah, to clarify earlier what I said about Pokemon video game, I'm talking about the soundtracks,
Okay.
because you won't understand that, because I don't think you listen to music like that.
No, I don't.
I do. There's actually a really big
This is a question.
cult of people who listen to video game music exclusively. I'm serious.
All right.
You won't understand.
I guess I don't. I'm not judging. I just don't.
Hey, you played
understand it.
Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Wasn't there in-game music when you played Call of Duty?
Yeah.
Okay, so just imagine listening to that as your music and you really enjoy
And there
it.
was
That's what
like
people
when I
who
was
do
playing
that.
Madden, they would play like
Yeah.
awesome bands.
That's
and
what I'm
stuff.
saying.
Okay.
Like stuff like that. That's
Okay.
what I meant.
Okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
like one-offs,
All right,
things that you'd only
thanks
listen
for
to.
clearing that up.
Yeah, because you look so confused and I was
I
laughing.
was
And
like,
also-
I think I misread the question. I didn't say, what's your favorite card game?
It wasn't card, it was video game.
Okay,
The
video
Game Boy
game,
Color,
whatever.
you know,
yeah,
Game
but
Boy.
they had the Pokemon like.
Card game, I know.
Yeah,
I
all
played
that
the card
stuff.
game, but I
Okay.
like the video games better.
All right, cool. All right,
Week 2 of Death? Is it coming?
Yes.
Oh, no.
But before we get to that, just one bonus question. I was gonna make it my number 5 question, but then.
Oh, sure, let's hear
okay.
the bonus question.
Okay, so during the COVID times, do you judge other people? Like maybe they're not wearing their mask, or when they're sneezing and coughing, and you're like, really? You're not even gonna cover up? I mean, that mist is like approaching me, you know. But that's okay. I got my mask on and I'm vaccinated, so I'm okay, you know. So where do you go on as far as judging? Because I mean, when I'm at Costco, I'm judging people sometimes, you know. I mean, just like.
I had no judgment whatsoever.
Really?
And here's the reason
Okay,
why.
why?
The only time I ever leave my house is to come to your podcast.
Okay, but I mean, you got to be
Or
at
my friend's
You
house.
got to be at work, and
At
like,
work,
the
everyone's
old
always
peop-
wearing a mask.
They are.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's no old people that aren't wearing their masks.
No, they aren't, because they're vaccinated.
Oh,
And they
that's
don't
true.
have to.
That's true.
Yeah.
You're right. You're
Yeah.
right. But
so
you guys still have
I'm
to
not
wear it.
Yeah, we do.
Okay,
So
because
I'm
you
not
guys
really
are leaving
exposed
and coming in and
to that
bringing your-
Costco crap that you have.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I don't have
We
to deal
have
with
the
that.
most interesting people there. It is.
No,
it's a-
Walmart does. But hands down, Walmart has the most interesting people.
No, I
I
mean,
will fight you on
I'm
that.
saying that on Costco it's just so diverse. It might be
Yeah.
because we're close to downtown or across from a cemetery, you know.
Yeah, you might have been a couple zombies in there you didn't know about. Yeah,
Yeah.
no big deal.
Yeah. So.
What's your level? High? prejudice.
Yeah, I'm just always judging. I mean, I see
How
someone
dare you.
sneezing or coughing, or like before when the masks were mandated and someone wouldn't wear it, and then the members would tell them because they're not customers. I would have to go over there and be like, "Sir, you have to wear a mask to be in here," and then they would say, "Well, I got a note from the doctor. Do you want to see it?" And
Oh
yeah. And then
my!
they're like, you really shouldn't be
God.
asking me this because this is a confidential between. And then I was like, great, now I'm gonna get fired. I think this was when I was a seasonal,
Yeah.
And
What happened?
Nothing. And just luckily he didn't say anything.
He's a true Karen or
I was
whatever
like covering up my name tag.
Was he a
I'm
Josh?
like, okay, have a good day, sir. Anyways, all right. So let's
being a
move on
Josh.
to week 2. So let's start off with the Giants and the Washington. That's funny. Do you know who? God, what's his name? I can't think of his name right now.
Something Slater or something.
No,
Guy
no,
who
no.
dropped it.
For one of the commentators
Huh?
on ESPN.
I don't know. I don't know their names.
Yeah,
I don't really pay attention.
yeah.
That's why we're making this
So
podcast.
he said, and the Reds. I'm Washington. You know, it's just funny.
Oh, sounds like you on the show.
It's almost like saying the San Diego Chargers instead of the LA Chargers. They do
he
that one
catches
all the
himself,
time.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So the Giants, or the Washington, won 30-29. You probably saw more of the game than I did.
I did. I watched the whole
Yeah.
thing.
So,
Giants
what
should have
did you
won the
see?
game. Giants should have won the
Okay.
game. Just first thing off, flat off.
Did Daniel Jones play a pretty good game?
Yeah, his wide receivers let him down.
Oh, drop passes, right? I saw Galladay across the middle, and it was like right there, and he
Yeah.
dropped it.
Daniel Jones
and then
can
Darius
throw.
Slayton,
Yes,
right?
dropped
He
it
missed
wide open.
Dropped it wide open.
And everyone who
When
says it was overthrown, shut up.
Okay.
It was not. Daniel Jones threw it perfectly.
Okay.
It literally bounced off his palm.
Yeah.
That's not overthrown,
If
guys.
my whole
Come
thing
on.
that's always been taught to me:
Yeah.
if it touches any part of your
Your hand, it's not
you got to
overthrown.
catch it. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not an overthrow.
So it bounced off his hand,
yeah.
and then he watched it fall in front of him. Didn't even try to like dive to catch it.
So they had this game won
They had it won.
essentially, but then that defensive tackle jumped off sides, right?
Yes,
Oh,
of course. It's the Giants. It's classic Giants. Shoot themselves in the foot.
yeah,
Bad luck.
yeah.
What else is there? But yeah, here's my thing. Daniel Jones, you're good now. Like I said, this is your year. If you don't prove yourself,
Yeah.
you're done. That loss wasn't on you, Mr. Jones. I'm gonna tell you right now. He had
I mean,
lasers. Everything was
It's
on
an
point.
improvement, right? I mean, they were
Yeah.
embarrassed at home, and then they should have won this
Yeah.
game, but they didn't. Do you think Taylor
Heineke,
not Heineken,
he's
is-
gonna start the whole
is
season.
an upgrade over Fitzmagic?
For consistency from week to week,
yeah.
yes.
Okay, that makes
but
sense.
in big games, I put Fitzpatrick in because
Okay.
Fitzmagic.
Or if you need that big win,
Yeah,
or
put Fitzmagic in.
or you
Mhm.
got to play this game to get into the playoffs.
But
I
every
agree.
week, I would put Heineke because he's the real deal too. By the way, because I watch more of the game.
Yeah.
So
I heard he's super athletic.
yes, super athletic. Also, he's accurate because
Yeah.
some of those plays where they're doing like crazy routes and
Yeah.
stuff, he knew exactly where to throw the ball.
Okay.
Boom, hit it. He hits it in stride.
So that
perfectly
game
placed.
against the Bucks in the playoffs last year wasn't an aberration? when
No,
they-
that
okay.
was the real Heineke. That was
Isn't that
it.
funny that
Yeah.
the Bucks were tested not against the Packers, not against the Chiefs,
No.
not against the Saints,
Yeah.
that team that had beat them
Yeah,
twice.
yeah.
One time bad, 38-3.
Yeah.
That it was the Washington football
It was Heineke.
team.
Yeah, Heineke's legit, guys. I'm telling you
Okay.
right now.
They were, you know the what's it called when you go to Indianapolis and do all the drills?
Yeah.
Why are we forgetting?
How are we forgetting
I
that? That's
know.
bad.
Combine.
The combine.
Okay.
Yeah, Jesus.
Yeah.
You can take our NFL cards.
They said that he was doing cornerback numbers on like cone drills or like mobility as far as going back and forth.
Oh yeah, he was
Like
dodging the Giants.
Yeah.
They tried to getting him. They couldn't. He's like, nope, sorry.
Yeah, so far from what I see, I mean, you know, they come close to, or they hang with the Bucks. You know, they scare him.
Yeah.
And then he starts, and wins the game. So yeah, good for him. You know.
Yeah, they didn't. They were supposed to lose,
In
but he
fact-
wasn't the reason why they were going to lose.
Kirk, or Fitzpatrick went out, and then that's when Washington scored, right?
Yeah.
Against the okay.
Yeah.
Because I asked, I want to say I asked Matt. I'm like, do you think if Taylor Heineken was in there from the beginning, might be a lot. I mean, they only won by 4 points. The Chargers, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe things don't go their way, and
I
then
think-
all of a sudden we're like,
Oh my God.
the Chargers lost another close game. I guess they're not
Yeah.
changing, but they were dealing with the cards they were dealt.
Yeah.
Give the credit to the Chargers.
Credit where it's due.
Anything else you want to say on Washington Giants that's already passed?
Yes. Daniel Jones again. He had this amazing throw against cover 4. So they had the 3 linebackers drop back in the mid zone, and then all the safeties and corners drop deep.
Yeah.
Right. So there's like no window at all. He throws this pass before Rudolph even turns.
Yeah.
Into this like in route, and it hits him perfectly. He has him for 25 yards. I was like,
oh wow,
Jones. So once again, all the first year, second, third years, whatever.
Did he throw an interception or fumble?
I don't think he did.
Okay.
It was his wide receivers that let him down again.
No, I saw that.
Jones ran
this-
in for a touchdown, and it got called back because his teammate held into the face mask.
Did Saquon Barkley play in the game?
Yeah, he did.
How many yards did he have?
Not a lot. He looked you said shaky.
Would you say it's under 49 or 50?
Probably, yeah.
Okay, because there was one person and they were doing bets. I saw this last night on a show that I recorded earlier.
Yeah.
And what's my point?
Oh, that he said he was gonna say the Washington football team is gonna hold Barkley at under 50 or something.
Oh yeah. That's what it was. And she's like, take this. It was a prop bet.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, under 49 and a half. She's like,
you're right.
Okay,
my point was though with that, the Washington football team field is terrible because Barkley slipped on a couple of those runs. He could have had a 30, 40 yard thing, but he slipped.
He is good at running. He just has a tendency to fumble sometimes, but out in the open, he does pretty good. All right, you said you wanted power rankings, right?
Yes. Okay. Let's hear the revised power rankings. We'll say last week's and then this week's.
I was seeing more of a opportunistic Giants team to start off the season. It's his 3rd year, and you have Golladay, and you have Kyle Rudolph and Kadarius Toney, and their defense is underrated. Blah, blah, blah. So they were number 22. I was like, that's a little good spot, Yeah. Nope, drop them to 27.
Yeah.
Because you know what, they lost, but so I didn't want to drop them completely to the bottom. Okay.
They lost twice.
And then the Washington, what's my name?
Yeah.
Is started off at 16.
Yeah.
Right in the middle, just outside the playoffs to 21. Okay. This is before I got to see last night.
Right.
So I had already made the power ranking.
That's fine.
Yeah.
You can move them up or down.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Okay. So now let's talk about the games that are coming up. All right. So you have the Falcons at the Bucks. Bucks are minus 12.5. Okay.
Really?
Yeah. Okay.
Man.
So the Falcons look terrible. They scored 7 points at home. They, just to give you the power rankings, Bucks, they were number 1. They won last week, barely, but they still stay number 1.
Yeah.
Because the number 2 team barely won too. So I'm not gonna. Yeah. The Bucks haven't lost since the Sunday after Thanksgiving. Okay.
God.
Yeah, that's how long it's been since they lost and went on that win streak and went to the playoffs, Super Bowl, and won the Super Bowl. So, man. I always say that I'm scared and I won't put a bet with the Falcons, but this one's just too much. I got scared with the Sunday Night Football game last year.
Yeah.
So I'm taking the Bucks for the win. There's like that 10-point teaser that'll take it minus 2.5. All I'm asking is for the Bucks to win by a field goal.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, if Jalen Hurts put up 32 points
on the Falcons defense,
what is Brady gonna do?
A lot more.
He's got a ton more weapons than what Jalen Hurts has. They've had 10 days rest.
It's Antonio Brown looking at the number 1 wide receiver.
Yeah.
And Gronk.
Yeah, I think the defense plays better. They're going to put pressure on Matt Ryan. He just looks old and aged out with a new rookie head coach. So would you agree that the Bucks win this week against the
Bucks should win, but I don't know this. I don't know points because this whole season so far is crazy.
I'm just asking. Yeah, I'm just saying that they're going to win.
They're going to win. Don't give me points though. I don't know.
Right,
it's crazy.
I'm just saying like under a field goal or because that wouldn't have done very good against the Cowboys. So
no.
I think that they're probably going to win by double digits. But if I could get it down to like under a field goal, I'm going to take that all day.
Yep.
Yeah. I just don't see like. And Brady loses to the terrible Falcons. Okay. Yeah. Power rankings, right?
Yep.
Falcons were already bad to begin with. I
Yeah.
had them at 26.
Yeah.
They dropped down to 30. I mean, they're
Yeah.
at home. An Eagles team that you don't know who they are,
Yeah, who are you? And
and they
smash.
score 7
Yeah.
points. I mean, come on, at home in the dome with Kyle Pitts and Calvin Ridley, and yeah. And like I said, the Bucks stay at number 1, and
Yep.
the Bucks should win that game. Okay, my number. I'm sort of jumping around all
Yeah,
over
that's
the
fine.
place here,
It's fine.
but this is the Sunday night football game. I am not going to let the Sunday night football game decide to not take the Chiefs. Okay, it's the Chiefs at the Ravens.
Chiefs.
Right. I think so too. I mean, even if they had their whole backfield and they had
I still
not,
pick the Chiefs.
I'd still pick the Chiefs.
They don't even have Marcus Peters anymore.
Yeah, they
Tyreek Hill's
don't-
gonna feast.
Yeah, he's going to feast
Yeah.
and then that defense is just going to tear through that line. It's just
Chris Jones. Yeah.
it's a one-dimensional run game, and if forced to pass, because eventually the Chiefs are going to score like
How much average do you think they score? 28.
who's that?
The Chiefs. Don't they score like 28 usually?
I want to say it's in the low 30s.
Oh.
Yeah, but
Yeah. Yeah. If they score 30, then you're kind of in trouble.
Yeah, so the Chiefs are going to be scoring like probably 2 out of every 3 drives. Does that make sense? About like
66%
of the time.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah, and so their defense is not what it was. I mean, the Raiders put up 33 points on them.
Derek freaking Carr.
Lamar Jackson's 0-3 against Mahomes.
Yeah.
He had a couple fumbles. I mean, I'm glad. It's nice that they're playing at home, but there's just no way. Especially after the Chiefs. The Chiefs have something to prove. They went down 28-10 and sort of embarrassed and almost lost.
Yeah.
So I think they regroup, and you're going to see a different Chiefs team. They are not going to come in and be down 14-0. What they are going to do is they're going to jump on top of the Ravens 10-0, 14-0.
But then they'll get called for roughing the passer because they jumped on top of them.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just had to call that out.
Nah, it's
Stupid
okay.
refs.
All right.
Worst calls ever.
So we can both agree on that. I don't
Yeah,
know what the
Chiefs.
point spread is, but
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
don't
take the
even want
Chiefs.
to do points anymore because this last week just proved
I know,
everything
right?
we
Take
thought
it for the
wrong.
win.
Yeah, just win.
Yeah, take it money
just
line.
win. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez. Yeah.
All right, so Chiefs were number 2 to begin with. They're still number 2.
Still number 2.
Exactly.
Yep.
They won, so they deserve their spot.
Yeah.
And they beat a good Browns team.
Yeah.
You know.
Brown shouldn't fall very far.
No.
You lost to number 2. Like, come
Yeah. No.
on. Yeah. We'll get
yeah,
to that.
Yeah, we'll get to that. Okay, Ravens were number 6.
Not
I
6.
started
Anymore.
having my doubts once. I did the power rankings before all those injuries hit, or else I probably wouldn't have had them there.
Yeah.
They dropped just outside the top 10, and they're number 11 right now.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking into the future, they're going to be 0-2. You're not going to tell me that the Chiefs aren't going to beat them. So
Yeah.
when they are 0-2, they will, who knows, maybe even slip more, or maybe I'll hold them at 11. You know, I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, we got the Chiefs both winning, right? I mean,
For sure.
yeah. There's no gut feeling of yours that the Ravens are going to...
No, my gut feeling said Raiders.
Oh, right, yeah.
Remember?
No, me too,
I literally said Raiders, which is
Sure.
so funny.
All right. Next one is the Texans, who surprised most of us, not you, at the
Nope.
Browns. Okay, Browns are minus 12.5, same point spread as the Bucks. The Browns are playing in Cleveland. Okay.
I think the Browns are going to win this one, but not by as much as you
Yeah,
think.
I don't know if they cover. I would
It's
be
the
scared to
Raiders,
take
not
the
the
12.5,
Raiders. It's the
but I
Texans.
think they,
The
probably
Dirty Dozen Texans,
Yeah, I think they win by a solid touchdown.
probably.
Yeah.
I don't do points now after this last week. It gave me PTSD. Just look at the point spread from last week. All the
Yeah,
games.
I know,
It's
the-
insane.
Niners didn't cover.
Yeah.
The Bucks didn't cover.
No one covered, honestly.
No one covered.
Only like 2 people. That's it.
Exactly, and they were
Like-
underdogs.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
teams like the Cardinals, and the only favorite that
God.
covered, or one of the favorites, was the Seahawks. All right, you want to hear the power rankings?
Yes, I want to know.
All
now
right,
what the
Texans
ranks
were
are.
32, right? Because
Yeah.
they're the worst team of all time. They did beat the Jags, so I'm gonna give them to 28.
Yay! No longer cellar dweller.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
mean, we're getting close to the door. We're getting close
Yeah,
to the cellar
exactly.
door.
Exactly. Could we come out now?
Yeah,
Is
we're
the
no longer-
tornado over?
Yeah, we're no longer in the dark corner.
Are there any
On
zombies
timeout.
out there? Yeah, for sure. But
Yeah.
they're
Yeah.
getting ready to open up
Yeah,
the latch
exactly.
and like,
Mhm.
oh.
Look
you
at all the
know,
middlings out there.
Exactly. And then the Browns, they were number 3. I bumped them down to number 7 because of this.
Yeah.
For 3 quarters, they looked like a juggernaut,
Yeah.
a Super Bowl team.
And then,
But you go to number 7 because you turned into the Browns that punter and muffing the punt, and then
the pick.
Baker Mayfield, forcing the ball. Like, you know what?
Just hold on to
throw
it,
it
take the
away.
sack.
Yeah,
Or just take the sack,
Take
yeah.
the sack. And
Yeah.
he was just being tackled. I mean,
Yeah.
he should. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
anyways, but Browns win. Like you said, maybe it's not as much of a slaughter as we think.
No.
But yeah. All right, next game, and I think this is a tough game, and I am staying away from it.
Oh yeah, let's
Is
hear it.
the Bills at the Dolphins?
I hate you. And everything you
Why?
stand for. I agree with you.
Oh,
That's like
okay.
the worst thing to think about. I can't even think of a winner on this one.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna give the
my
Bills the
God.
slight edge because they pretty much.
You said that, and then the Steelers destroyed them, and then
So last year,
Yeah.
the Bills beat them twice, but one of the games was really competitive, and then in the other game they blew them out.
yeah, I guess the Bills maybe, but it's Tua. And
Yeah,
Tua doesn't
I'm
make
not
things
touching the
easy.
game, especially
Yeah,
after.
don't
Yeah,
hear it.
like let me see what the response is back, and
Yeah.
you know what? Not having a run game makes me want to stay away from the game. I'm not. That's another thing. I'm not gonna get burnt by the same team 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah. So what's the
because-
power rankings? Yeah.
Bills were number 4.
Yeah.
They're now number 10.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah,
No
I
run
mean,
game.
until they get the run game, I
Yeah.
mean, a bad loss at home against a team that couldn't even produce offensive points. They had to get special team points to beat you,
Yeah.
and their defense. So essentially, the defense and special teams is what helped them score points. It
Yeah.
definitely wasn't the offense. Old man Ben behind that mainly new starting
Leaky
offensive line.
O-line,
Yeah, there's
yeah.
like 4 of the 5.
the leak in the boat.
Yeah. Okay, for the
What's the
Dolphins,
Dolphins though?
you know what? And moving people up and down.
I know you are. You're moving everyone around.
Yeah, the Dolphins were 15,
Yeah.
and then I still have them as 15. I don't know what happened. I mean, they
I mean,
should.
it happened. They're in the dead center. What do you expect?
Yeah. I mean, they had a close win against the Patriots,
Yeah.
but I mean, it's a good win.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, if they are able to go 2-0, then I don't know, maybe like number 10 or something.
Top 10. Yeah.
Yeah, top 10.
Yeah.
We'll see. I mean,
Tough-
especially to get 2 division wins.
Yeah,
right?
I gotta
Patriots
say
and Bills.
we gotta say top 14 though, because that's the playoffs.
Right,
slots.
right.
Yeah.
14 is that magic
Yeah,
number.
yeah.
All right. Whew. It's hard to talk about this game.
You have to talk
All right,
about it.
all right. This is my therapy session. You'll
Let's
be
go,
my
here you go,
therapist.
here you
All
go,
right.
here you go.
Packers on Monday night at Lambeau against the Lions. Monday Night Football.
Okay, I'm leaving. Have a good day.
Yeah, exactly. Last week I read that Rodgers was 6-0 in the season opener.
Yeah.
Well, he's 6-0 on the Monday Night Football game. But I honestly think of the Packers as like that divorced couple,
Yeah.
and they're staying for the kids. But
Yeah.
they're miserable, and the kids know it. It's like, why are mommy and daddy always fighting? Why does mommy have a black eye? It's just like it's
Trigger
too-
warning, guys.
it's abusive. So, and I just didn't like his response of like, well, it wasn't my fault, and we shouldn't really.
We shouldn't panic.
We shouldn't panic. Yeah. So I don't know.
The Lions, though, remember he's biting ankles.
He is biting ankles.
He's gonna bite Rodgers' ankles. The
Yeah.
ones that are recently
And
tanned for playing
this
golf.
This is another game I'm gonna stay off of. One, because it's Monday night, so
And
it's
two?
like. And two, the Lions got some bite to them. The whole talking about
biting
biting
lions.
ankles.
Yeah,
I
biting
mean,
ankles.
For all purposes, I think that the Packers should win.
Yeah.
Would it surprise me if the Lions won?
No.
Because they came that close to tying it up and beating the Niners.
Yeah.
So, okay, I could probably spend. I don't want to spend too much time on it because then I start getting depressed. And
Yeah,
start
just
thinking
some
about
of
my
the
loss.
power
bet.
rankings.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Packers were number 5,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers is back. They're the best in the NFC North.
And
They dropped to number 13, okay?
Yep.
That's how much they pissed me off. And I don't know if this is an issue or not, It might be. We'll find out with that Lions game,
Yeah. And
I mean,
Lions.
I see that sort of as a closer game where the Packers, just sort of barely beat the Lions. I mean, if you look at some of the games that they played, they're really tight,
Yeah.
you know?
How about my Lions? Come on, they almost beat your Niners.
Oh,
they
yeah.
have to go
Oh,
up.
yeah.
Come on.
They do. They were number 31, and I bumped them up to 29. Excuse me.
See, it's just PTSD coming back to you.
Yeah, exactly.
29. There you go.
It is. I mean, and this is the worst like combination of teams to think about because the Packers blew my bet and the Lions almost ruined my season. Like, I'm not even gonna say weekend or day, all right?
So basically,
yeah.
So basically, as the Texans head towards the door, the Lions are following them, holding their hand, like, we're gonna make it to the cellar door, right? Texans?
Exactly. No, you go back in the
go back in the corner.
Go back.
Dark
Yeah.
corner.
You ever seen Silence of the Lambs?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be that girl on the bottom with her dog. You know.
Exactly.
That's who they are.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So yeah, the Pack should win, but I'm not
Should.
even thinking about it.
Should.
Yeah, I don't care if you give me like a 20-point spread. I'm just.
Nope.
It's
Nope.
Monday night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bad juju.
Bad juju. Yeah, exactly. It should be a give me that the Packers.
But
Because
nope.
usually what happens is they lose. They need to win the next game. Like had the Packers lost by like a 1-score game, I'd be all over them for the next game. You know? But no, I'm not ruining my Monday night. Okay, next game. This one's tough to talk about too.
What is that?
49ers to the Eagles.
So, I'm going to call it right here. The
Yeah.
Eagles are going to upset the Niners.
They are going to upset the Niners.
You feel it in your
I
bones,
do.
don't you?
I do.
As a Niners fan.
Niners have a tough time the last couple years of dealing with dual threat quarterbacks, and there isn't a
Kyler
better
Murray waves.
Yeah, exactly.
Russell Wilson waves.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Maybe we got a shot against the Rams because
Stafford's like, I can't run.
Yeah. I've heard the picks by people I respect on ESPN when you told me that, and when you said that, I was like, yeah, I know. I asked my cousin, I said, are you scared of the Eagles?
Yes.
And then he's like, yes. And I'm like, well, I'm glad you said yes, because if you didn't, you're delusional. But he's even more harder on the Niners than I am, you know?
Yeah.
So, I hope somehow,
what do you
some
think?
way.
Close loss or close
close
win? If you want to win, you want to make it close, though, right?
Yeah, no, I mean it's gonna be a close
win.
loss, close win. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just it's super tight. I mean, you're talking like a 3-point or maybe even under that. The Niners are
A safety.
3.5.
Imagine a safety wins the game. A 2-point. How would you feel?
Uh,
Your heart would just
Yeah.
pound. You'd be like,
I think with the Eagles,
Jalen Hurts is the real deal.
he is the real deal.
My God. Yeah.
I had something to say, but
You think with the Eagles, you think that they're going to continue with this 2-0 streak, or are they going to drop this to the Niners? That's the real question. Or do you think the Niners are going to score 40 points again? They scored the most points, by the way, out of any team. The Niners.
Yeah, I
He had
know, and it
41.
would have looked so much better at 41-17 had Shanahan not pulled his starters out. You
Yeah,
know?
he pulled the start.
Like no lead is safe enough for
In the NFL, yeah.
I don't ever want the Niners to have a big lead. I want them to be leading by like 7 or 10, you know. Don't get up
Keep
to
the
like
starters in,
22, 24 points because then it'll be like, "Oh, the game's
We
over."
can bench him. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, don't
All
do
right.
that.
So, yeah, okay. So, I'm sure you want to know the power rankings,
I do.
right?
So let's hear about
After
your Niners.
seeing everybody else and how well they did, Rams, Seahawks, your Cardinals,
Yep.
they were number 7, which I thought was a nice, respectable spot.
Yeah.
I dropped them down to 9. I had to drop them down a couple
You have
of
to
them.
drop him down.
Just
Freaking
because,
Lions,
like,
dude.
what was that crap at the end of the game? The secondary losing Moster. They lost Jason Verrett.
Yeah.
The Greenlaw, the guy who got the interception for the touchdown,
Yeah.
he's now out for a few games. So, the injury bug that hit him last year.
Niners always have the injury bug. Just
Yeah.
I feel like
I know.
your poor Niners.
So, okay, you want to know the Eagles?
Yeah.
You know, I never placed the Eagles on the bottom of or the cellar dweller. They were just outside
That's
of that.
what I'm saying. They were just outside the cellar door,
Yeah.
looking down into the cellar. Like, what are you
Right,
guys doing?
Exactly.
in
Like
there?
we're not. Jalen
Yeah.
Hurts is like, hell no, I'm
Yeah,
not going back there
I'm
with
not going
those
there, yeah.
losers. I'm a winner.
Yeah.
Yeah. They were 23, and I bumped them up to 17.
That's respectable.
Yeah.
Middle
Yeah.
field.
Exactly. That's
They
6
finally get to
spots.
the house.
Yeah.
Getting inside the door in the house, you know. Going to the sofa, you get a Coca-Cola.
Yeah. And those 6 spots basically are based on Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
Okay. This game, super close. 50% chance of winning. That's how super tight it is. It's the Cowboys at the Chargers.
Oh, yeah. This is
So close.
probably going to be the game of the week for me
Yeah,
to watch.
absolutely. I'll probably be watching it at work because a lot of people are Charger fans, and there's Cowboy fans there. Cowboy fans are everywhere. So
Herbert versus Dak. How do you
Herb-
feel about that?
Yeah, you know what?
God.
Okay.
I don't know.
First of all, Lawrence, who's their defensive end and provides the pressure for the
He's
Cowboys,
gone.
is
Yeah.
out for 6 to 8 weeks.
Yeah.
Their secondary is pretty bad.
And their tackles out too.
Oh yeah, that's right. I
With
forgot
that,
about that.
suspension.
That suspension.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God, Bosa.
Bosa's gonna eat
and
up.
the defense.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think it's a super tight game. I'm gonna give it to the Chargers because
They're
I'm
at
going back
home.
to Staley. I think Staley's like, we're opening up SoFi with the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
Let's make the Chargers an LA team and not the Rams. Which is gonna be tough to do. It's a tall order.
Yeah.
But I just think that Justin Herbert, Allen, Mike Williams, their offensive line matches up way better on the defense against the Cowboys defense than the Cowboys offense going up against the
Chargers defense.
Chargers defense. Yeah,
You agree with that?
yeah, absolutely.
Um,
If not for the injuries and that tackle being gone, then I would just be like, man,
Cowboys.
it is even. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Cowboys, number 13 in the power rankings. They almost beat the Bucks, so I bumped them up to number 12.
Yeah.
So it's a loss. I'm going to give you some credit for almost winning.
Yeah.
No moral victory.
should have
so,
won.
Yeah.
No more moral victories, right?
Yeah.
What was his name on ESPN? God, I hate him. Just shut up. Yeah.
And the Chargers, yeah, I don't even know if they had moral victories because they were sort of degrading, like painful losses.
Yeah,
So there's
by 3
never
points or
like
less.
I don't think the Chargers maybe have ever had a moral victory. I mean, go through their history.
They just lose badly or lose by like 3 points and piss everyone off.
Yeah.
Everyone's angry. There's no moral victory.
Exactly. They were winning the game and then they lost. That's not a moral victory. Moral victory is like you have no chance
And you almost come back and
you
win.
almost come back
Yeah,
and win.
no.
Yeah.
No.
All right. About halfway done here.
Yeah.
Next game.
Wait, what's Chargers ranking?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, Chargers were number 10.
Yeah.
I thought they were deserving of that to be in the top 10.
Uh-huh.
There's a lot of other good teams in front of them, so I bumped them up 2 spots to number 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Elite
And-
8.
Yeah, Elite 8.
I
I
like
think Charger
basketball.
fans can't get mad with that.
No.
I'm not going to put them above the other teams
No.
that are 1 through 7. Okay, next game is the Titans at the Seahawks.
Seahawks.
Yeah, and I would think Seahawks,
Cardinals exposed the Titans, dude.
I
It's
think
the Seahawks.
I want to say that I
Huh?
saw that. Let me see.
I have Seahawks for sure.
Yeah, I wouldn't say for sure, but I
For
would
me,
say,
I'm saying
okay.
I'm picking them. Even
they
though
just
I hate
have this
them.
weird thing at home
They're
where
always too close.
yeah, where if you like look back at the last 2 seasons or 3 seasons, it's like they barely beat this team. They're down to this team, and they always sort of find a way to win.
But they're different this year.
They are different this year.
'Cause that new
So
OC.
I want to say Russell is 55-16 at home, which comes out to
Damn.
76%. So 3 out of every 4 games that they play at home. The Titans are a mess.
On the road.
They're just a mess in general.
Oh.
I mean, their offensive
5
line.
sacks.
Yeah,
My
The
boy
OC
Chandler Jones.
just bailed on the play action, and with Derrick Henry, and you know what? I mean, I don't know what everyone's infatuation is with Julio Jones, like fantasy people,
Yeah.
and like
He didn't do that
naming the
good.
top wide receiver. I'm like, dude, I'm going to take Devontae Adams. I'm going to take Tyreek Hill. I'm going to take DeAndre Hopkins. I'm going to take Keenan Allen. There's probably another, like, 4 or 5 players that I can't think of right now. I'll take Deebo Samuels, and he had, like, 189 yards minus the fumble that he had.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, and then I watched the game, actually, with the Cardinals the other day because they had it on replay on NFL Network.
Oh, nice.
And it was 10-0, and then the Titans were sort of marching, having a decent drive. It was 3rd and 1. And you know what? If the Titans score 10-7, I think the Cardinals still win, but it's a different game. You
Yeah.
know, we're not talking to them about that they're a disaster.
Mm-hmm.
But then Julio Jones gets a personal foul.
Yep.
I'm not sure if you saw Vrabel was like, we don't need that bullshit here, and just
Yeah.
called him out. And people are like, oh, you shouldn't call out your player. But you know what? You can't be getting a personal foul on 3rd and 1.
Yeah. Pretty bad.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, the Seahawks should pretty much tear them apart.
They should.
If I can
Defense,
find
yeah.
a nice point spread that gives me a bunch of points, like where you're talking the Seahawks plus 7.5, I'll jump on it. I just think that this is going to be a 1-score game where the Seahawks pretty much dominate it, but it's just the Seahawks are going to shoot themselves in the foot
They
and
always
make
do.
make it a closer game than what it should be. But you are right; this is a different Seahawks team
Yeah.
with a different offensive coordinator, and he is going to be
Throwing
and,
it.
And that redone secondary that the Titans had. They got Caleb Farley, and then they got Janoris Jenkins, and they got Bud Dupree from the Steelers.
Yeah.
Nothing. I mean, you got 38 points scored against you. So not only was your offense terrible, your defense was terrible too. I mean,
D-Hop
he got sacked five times, and it wasn't like a sack like, oh, he barely got him. It was just a straight bull rush,
and then strip sack, force fumble, and then recover.
Yeah,
they recovered his sacks, like they recovered his fumbles.
So power rankings, right?
Yes.
Titans were number 8.
Yeah,
they were gonna win the AFC South, so they were the 8th best.
Yeah.
Division winner.
Mm-hmm.
Dropped them to 16.
Yeah, they're a mess.
Yeah. Seahawks were number 9. Right inside the top 10, I bumped them up to number 5.
You have to. They beat the Colts.
They beat the Colts.
Good Colts. They beat them.
I'm not sure if I say good Colts, but yeah, they have a good defense.
ESPN and everyone said that they beat
I give
the
a shit what
good
ESPN
Colts.
says. They're wrong half the time. But yeah, they have a good.
saying that the Colts are good.
Yeah, they got a top 10 offense and a top 10 defense.
And the Seahawks are like, nope.
The missing piece seems to be quarterback. Yeah.
But you know what I meant, though.
He's injured mentally. He's messed up.
It's not like the Colts are shit, is what I'm trying to say.
No,
the Seahawks beat them.
Yeah,
they beat
absolutely. They beat a good team. You're right.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay. Ready for this next one?
Yes.
All right.
Is it my beloved Cardinals?
It is.
Oh, thank God.
Vikings at the Cardinals. I think the Cardinals are favored by, I want to say 5.5. Yeah.
As a homer, I have to say Cardinals.
Yes.
But my gut keeps saying, I remember what happened last time.
Yeah, when the Lions came.
Yeah, and it ruined my day. I was like, what?
Dude, it ruined my day.
What
happened? Big bet came falling down because the Lions. They're like, yeah. Yeah, exactly.
That's what I'm scared
on
of.
The road.
Letdown.
And Vikings are sort of bipolar. So, and they do have weapons. And then the Cardinals could be riding high. That's why I'm whoever
scared.
has 5 touchdowns, me.
Yeah, I told you. They drop off. Yeah.
I think 3 touchdowns wins. For Kyler Murray. So, yeah, I like the Cardinals, too.
I pick Cards, but I'm just scared of the Vikings being...
Yeah.
The Lions, again, ruining my day.
For sure.
So.
But I just don't see it happening. Vikings were 18.
Mm-hmm.
I dropped them to 24 because they are the Vikings. Cardinals, number 11. Right, just outside the top 10 because all those I had to get all those NFC West teams into the top 10, so the Cardinals... They have one of the biggest jumps of the week. They go from 11 to number 3.
Oh.
Might be an overreaction, but man, when you destroy the team
that's higher
ranked than you,
that everyone picked to beat you. Remember, everyone's like Titans.
Matt always has his one of his favorite numbers is 5, right?
Yeah.
Kyler Murray had 5 touchdowns, 4 passing, 1 rushing. Chandler Jones
had 5 sacks.
5 sacks
and 2 forced fumbles.
Wow. I think you're going to see a lot of that same stuff. They didn't have any injuries, as far as I know, anything major.
The one thing that I will give the Cardinals that makes me feel less worried about the Vikings.
Yeah.
Vikings lost their, from who have they lost? Or not lost. They have that rookie left tackle.
Oh,
the turnstile. He let the Bengals sack. He let the Bengals through. Yeah. And this is Chandler Jones.
Yeah, exactly.
I think Chandler Jones will get 3 sacks.
I think that Kirk Cousins does not do well under pressure. And I think he's going to be pressured all day.
It's Chandler Jones. And, oh, by the way, this is the first time I think this is the first time ever, by the way, there's a stat, that 2 active defensive players had 100-plus sacks in their career. This is the only team that's ever had it. J.J. Watt and Chandler Jones.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, those are some nice bookends there.
So it's J.J. Watt's turn, right? He's going to get 4 sacks, 4 or 5 sacks this time?
He'd be lucky to get 1.5.
No.
He's an old man.
No. Jones even said we got to
double team Chandler.
That's what I'm saying. They double team Jones, and then Watt gets the sacks, and then just keep switching back and forth.
If they can get anything out of Watts, even as a distraction,
they are.
Then
they already are.
Then they.
You didn't watch the Titans Cardinals game, did you?
I saw.
Did you see J.J. Watt's tackle for loss on the very first play?
I did.
Henry tried to run.
I jumped in there and watched it.
So, boo. Yeah. Henry tried to run and Watt tackled him for a loss. Derrick Henry at 2,000+ yards.
Yeah, I mean he's like a 3-time defensive player of the year.
J.J. Watt's good against the run.
Yeah.
So we'll keep him for that.
For sure. No, he's definitely an upgrade on the offense. I just was wondering how long he could last.
all season.
All right.
Just to ruin the Niners'
Okay,
chances.
all right. Next game, the Rams -4 at the Colts.
Dang. I don't know. Carson Wentz against Aaron Donald and Jalen Ramsey. That's the real matchup to think.
Yeah.
Do you really think you can beat Aaron Donald and Jalen
No,
Ramsey
because Aaron Donald's going to be in his face,
all day?
especially with that left side damage, Nelson and Villanueva.
Yeah. And Ramsey's gonna be pressing his wide receiver.
Yeah.
The whole time.
For sure.
I don't know.
It almost seems like they're gifting it at -4.
Yeah.
You know, when it probably should be -6, almost under a touchdown.
I say the Rams are gonna
Yeah,
win.
I think so too.
The only way Colts could win is if they just pulled a
You know what?
ass pull. Like they usually do.
Frank Reich is famous for like throwing a wrench in my betting plans. Like, oh, I got you, and then it's like you didn't see me doing this, you know. So, would it shock me? No, it wouldn't, because I mean, it's funny that I'm giving Frank Reich the credit for him being able to beat the Rams and not Carson Wentz, but I would imagine Carson Wentz would need to be part of that plan.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I like the Rams too. Okay, so Rams were outside the top 10. They were 12.
Anymore.
Number 4. All the rankings of like top 5, number 5. I get it now.
Yeah.
I needed to see how the defense would be under their
defense.
new coordinator, and how Matthew Stafford.
He's perfect.
Yeah.
On that play action deep pass, oh my god.
Yeah.
His arm is crazy.
That
It's
gun
gone.
worked.
Yeah.
Okay, and the Colts were number 17 because I wasn't buying into Carson Wentz and the injuries and all that. They're number 25.
Yeah,
I just
they're
think-
dropping into the cellar.
Exactly.
They're being pushed into the cellar by your boy Jalen Hurts. He's like, oh hey, look, there's a hole over there. What? Pushes Carson Wentz in it. Bye bye. It's just funny too because Eagles. Because he used to be on the Eagles, Carson Wentz.
Oh yeah.
Yeah? He's like, haha, Eagle. Push.
All right. Yeah, that would be funny.
That's
All
a good
right.
skit.
Next game is the Saints at the Panthers.
Saints.
I think the Saints too. They had
It's
the
because
whole,
Jameis Winston, dude. Oh my god.
they had
5
the whole
touchdowns.
COVID thing. When they said 8, I was like, oh my god, they're going to lose 8 players. It was just all coaches plus Michael Thompson. So he's out. He's injured. He's not doing what the team wants.
Yeah.
And
Saints versus the Panthers.
yeah, I think it's a
Saints.
tougher game than what you think, because the Saints are coming off the high of 38-3.
Yeah, I know.
Right?
But still.
Yeah, no,
I still think the Saints are going to win.
I think so too.
Because you really think Sam Darnold's going to beat Jameis
No, I
Winston
don't think
now?
so.
Has 5
But I'm
touchdowns.
just saying, once again, I'm putting more faith in the
Matt Rule.
Matt Rule
Yeah,
than I
okay.
am the quarterback,
Then Sam
which
Darnold.
isn't probably a good thing. You
No,
should
it's
probably be having more. You should probably be saying, "Oh, Patrick Mahomes is going to do this,"
And not Andy Reid.
And not Andy Reid.
But they have Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid.
Yeah,
it's not
then-
fair.
then
yeah,
it's not fair.
The Chiefs aren't fair. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so the Saints were number 14,
No, not
right?
anymore.
That magic number.
Mm-hmm.
I was saying, yeah, you know, if things go right, maybe they can sneak into the playoffs. Number 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
I mean, you blow out a team that's favored, that's supposed to win the NFC North, that's got the great Aaron Rodgers, the greatest quarterback
The
of all
MVP
time,
last year, yeah.
MVP
Yeah.
according to ESPN.
Mm-hmm.
So the Panthers were number 27. I had to put them sort of in that cellar dweller.
Yeah,
you know.
they're at the door.
They had
They're
Sam
trying to get
Darnold,
out.
really, Sam Darnold, and you know, I mean, he
Proved himself.
Yeah, I mean, he proved that he could beat his former bad team. That's all he's proved so far.
Yeah.
And I bumped him up to number 23.
Oh, so he's outside.
Yeah, barely.
He's you know what he's doing? I know he's on a line, but he's grabbing the ankles of Jalen Hurts and letting Jalen Hurts drag him out of the cellar.
Yeah.
He's not biting the ankles.
Next game, which to me seems clear, is the Patriots at the Jets.
Patriots.
Yeah, I like the
Mac
Patriots
Jones.
too. I mean, especially now that you're telling me the left tackle is gone.
Mm-hmm.
They lost a close game.
To Sam Darnold.
Belichick owns the Jets, so Zach Wilson's going to have some game, but yeah, I just trust in Belichick on this one.
So it's 2 rookie QBs against each other.
Yeah.
Zach Wilson versus Mac Jones. Do you think they're gonna do the whole handshake hug thing at the end because they're rookies, or they're gonna be like some
Probably.
awkward
Unless Belichick disapproves of it. I want you
Oh,
showing
yeah.
no kindness to your enemy.
thing? The Emperor.
Kill off your enemy.
Yeah,
Exactly.
kill him. Yeah.
Patriots were number 19.
Yeah.
They lost by 1 point. I dropped them 1. They're number 20 now.
Yeah.
Jets were number 29. Wasn't having much faith in them. They are 31. So they are one from being
In the
bottom
back
of the
corner.
pile.
Yeah, the back corner, the leaky part of the cellar. It's
Is that the
completely
cellar
dark.
part that's like dumping all the crap like at the Washington game?
Yeah, and it's pooling on the ground. And it's cold and miserable.
Yeah, it's not good.
Who's 32nd?
Oh,
You'll get to that. Okay. I want to know
Wait,
who's.
wait.
I want to know who's being pushed into the back. I want to know who's being pushed into the corner on the ground in the puddle, being drowned in it. I want to know who it is.
Okay. We'll get to that game. Okay. Next game, Bengals at the Bears, which is really interesting because
I don't even
the
know.
Bengals are playing Andy Dalton, who's starting, who used to be on the Bengals.
Oh, so it's the revenge game again.
It is a
Christ.
revenge game, but like
Christ.
this time, I don't.
think he's gonna get it.
Yeah.
Bengals over the Bears or Bears over the Bengals?
No,
Doesn't
I
really
like
matter.
the Bengals over the Bears. The Bengals are the underdog. If you like put some points with them,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I like Joe Burrow. I mean, I love what I saw in college. I mean, last year he had this crazy stat where 8 out of the 10 games he played, he either won, tied, or lost by 1 score.
It's pretty decent.
Okay, so 2 of the games were a blowout. That's pretty good for a rookie.
Yeah.
So those teams that the Bears or that the Bengals lost to, I think was like Steelers or some when they were rolling 11-0.
Yeah.
And some other team that were definitely better than them.
Yeah.
So in a close game, I mean, I took the Bengals last week. I like the Bengals this week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Bengals.
Unless they start Justin Fields.
Right.
And then you're like,
Yeah,
oh crap, oh
yeah.
crap, oh crap.
Oh, if they start Justin
Yeah.
Fields or they play him for a few series,
Yeah.
then it might tilt the other way.
Yeah. But anyways, continue.
Yes. Bengals, bottom of that cellar to number 28. A nice,
Yeah.
inspiring win at home to start off the season, especially off a bad knee with Joe Burrow. They're number 22.
Okay.
Okay. And the Bears, because I thought that there's a possibility that Justin Fields might play, I had him at number 21. They're number 26 now. Because they do have not an elite defense, but a pretty good defense, and
Yeah.
they have a superstar on the sideline.
Justin Fields.
Yeah.
They have
I mean,
Khalil Mack and
I
Justin
just
Fields.
don't know what that Matt Nagy is. He's always sort of
Red
dodging the
rifle.
question, too. Yeah.
I don't know. He just likes to lose, I guess.
I mean,
Don't
the
put
best
your
thing that
best
could
person on
happen
there.
to the Bears is that Andy Dalton gets hurt, and which then he has no choice but to put in
Fields.
Fields. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Soldier Field.
Yeah. There you go. There you go. You're rolling on those. All right. Next game. I don't know what's going to happen, so maybe you tell me.
Okay.
Raiders at Steelers. Both
Okay.
teams that shouldn't have won last week, right?
Yes.
The Bills should have beat the Steelers,
Right, right,
and the
right.
Ravens should have beat if it went according to power rankings and ESPN talk and all that stuff.
Okay.
All right.
Hear me out.
Okay.
In high school,
Yeah.
one of my classmates was a rabid Raiders fan.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay. Gotcha.
I said, so what are the 2 teams that the Raiders kind of own?
Oh, okay.
And he said, oh, my favorite games to watch when they
Uh-huh.
come over here is the Steelers versus Raiders because the Raiders own the Steelers.
Oh,
That's what he told me.
Interesting. I'll have to look up on some of that information. That sounds good.
I looked at him like, really? And he's like, the Chargers. I'm like, yeah, shut up. Just because LT's not around anymore.
Right.
But yeah, he said Chargers and the Steelers. I was like, the Steelers? That's random. He's like, yeah, whenever we go over there or they come over here, it's always close and there's always fighting and there's always flags.
Yeah. I mean, these teams
the
have been
Raiders and the
fighting
Steelers.
since the 70s.
Yeah, exactly.
Probably even a little bit before my time.
Yeah,
You know.
they're old rivals.
Yeah, they're old
Like,
rivals.
old school rivals,
Where, you know, you had the Immaculate Reception. Is that what it's called?
I think it was,
where
yeah.
Franco Harris catches it off the ground after it bounces off the Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
And they're battling to go to the Super Bowl. So either
All the
the
time,
Steelers
yeah.
beat the Raiders to go to their Super Bowls, or the Raiders beat the Steelers to win their 76 or 77.
Yeah, is that the
Championship.
one with
John Madden.
No, I'm trying to remember the running back. Marcus Allen doing that
No,
76
no.
yard.
That was
run.
in '83 against Washington.
That was a funny one because he literally ran backwards, looped around.
Oh yeah,
He
that was
got
one of the
touchdown.
greatest Super Bowl plays I ever saw.
I know.
mean, I saw that one live.
But yeah,
No,
I'm just saying though, from
Yeah.
a Raiders fan, he told me
Okay.
we usually own the Steelers. Is what he says.
yeah.
So
I
that
mean,
kind of
you know
scares me a
what?
bit when he says that.
I like what I saw from Carr. I mean, he's playing a whole new defense. if I was forced to take this game on
Yeah.
a crazy sort of garbage pick,
Yeah.
I would take the Raiders in the points because
Yeah.
they're +6.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. You know, you tack on some more points. Like, are they? But then I think all those Raider
It's because the
games.
Steelers' offense is bad, as you said. It was
Yeah.
the special teams and defense. So
Yeah.
if Carr can somehow get through that defense, he can win.
Yeah,
So I'm just saying.
and I think Josh Jacobs is going to help them move the ball by getting some nice positive runs.
Yeah.
All right, last game, but not least,
Still not betting on that game though. Hell no.
the Raiders Steelers.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I know.
I'm just saying though, don't
Yeah.
be surprised if the Raiders
In
somehow
fact,
win.
what I put next to it,
Yeah.
in my notes, I put tricky.
Yeah, because it's the old rivalry.
It's old rivalry, lots of
They
emotion.
hate each other,
They
yeah.
both weren't supposed to win.
Yep.
Okay, last one is
Wait. What was
Oh,
their
oh,
rankings?
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh,
I want to
sorry.
know their rankings.
okay. Raiders were 24.
Yeah.
I bumped them up to 18.
That's respectable.
Okay, and
Middle.
the Steelers were number 20. I got them at 14.
Yeah. So they're in the playoffs.
Yeah,
They bump out one of the AFC West teams.
yeah.
They bump out one of them. Cry and sniff.
All right.
Darn
the,
it.
The last team
Mhm.
is the Broncos at the Jags.
Ooh, now I know who 32nd is.
They didn't-
No, my boy Lawrence. How could you fall so far from grace,
I
Lawrence?
know. The
No.
worst team in football after being on one of the best teams in football.
Yes. See, how does it feel?
Yeah.
Anyway, continue. So who do you have?
Yeah, so
I don't know,
I'll go with
man.
the power rankings really quick. Broncos were 25. They
Mhm.
had that nice win
Yeah.
by
Convincing
27,
win.
13 convincing
Yeah.
win.
It was.
25 to they're ranked 25th and then now they're ranked 19th.
Yeah.
The Jags were already in the cellar.
Yeah,
Now they're getting
even
the worst part of
further.
the cellar. They're
Yeah.
30th.
Yeah.
Now they're 32.
So now they're in the corner, drowning in the puddle
Yeah.
from Washington football team's field being leaking into the corner of the basement.
I think we should get rid of that podcast where I predict that the Jags were going to win the AFC South.
No, I'm gonna quickly
fuck.
pull it up really
Oh,
quick. Here we go.
no.
I'm gonna highlight it. I'm gonna comment on that
It
video.
was probably like
I'll go
my boy-
LOL in big letters.
Yeah.
So you got Broncos
I
winning
must
that
have been
one.
sniffing glue that
You
day.
must. I say Broncos win that one.
Yeah, I
It's
like
the Broncos
I
with
like
the
the
defense.
Broncos in that one.
Yeah.
I'd almost take him for sure if Jerry Jeudy wasn't out. Jerry Judy's out for like 6 weeks. or
Everyone keeps
so.
getting injured on week 1. I
I
swear.
know.
Mm-hmm.
But okay, what is Trevor Lawrence going to do against that defense? I don't care. That
He'll
they're playing.
do his good old Trevor Lawrence-y things and somehow pick them apart, and your whole entire bet goes to
Oh
shit.
boy. No, and then on offense, you know, I think that Teddy Bridgewater could
Good what?
distribute the ball, you
Yeah.
know, to the rest of the. I wish Jerry Jeudy was playing this game because then I would take the Broncos for sure, but we'll see about that game.
Speaking of which, so Bucks number 1, right?
Yes.
And so would you consider 1 through 8 the top elite, right? You consider them the best?
yes.
1 through 8?
Yeah.
So we said cellar dwellers, right? So where's 1 through 8? They're on the second floor of the mansion, baby.
All right.
They're getting
Just
all
to
the good
repeat
stuff.
the 8, okay?
Yeah, let's
Before we're
repeat
done
it.
here.
Yeah.
Bucks number 1, Chiefs number 2, Cardinals number 3, Rams number 4,
Yes.
Seahawks number 5. I mean, 3, 4, 5 is NFC West.
Yeah, that should tell you something.
Saints are number 6, 7 are Browns, Chargers, Niners, and then I'm stopping at the Chargers at 8
Yeah.
because the Niners are outside the Elite 8 now.
Yeah, so those
let's see.
8 are up in the
1,
second
2,
floor of the
3,
mansion, right?
4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 of the 8 won, and I just dropped down the Browns a little bit because they had a tough loss.
Yeah, so those 8 are in the second floor of the mansion.
Oh yeah, yeah.
They're feeling good about
Yeah,
themselves.
they're what my friend calls they're in the MVP lounge.
Yeah.
But our MVP lounge is just 5 teams. So I guess
okay.
I would go Bucks, Chiefs, Cards, Rams, Seahawks.
Oh, nice. They're all just chilling,
Yeah.
talking shit about the rest of their other teams.
Any other
And
last,
the poor Jags are drowning in
any
the
other
bottom.
last comments you want to make?
Yeah. Do you want me to tell this to her off camera?
Yeah. Just,
Okay. Last comments. So it didn't turn out to be a 3-hour podcast. That's a
good.
shock.
All right.
Oh, good. I want to talk more. Second off, we never got to do our greatest offense of all time. We said we were going to do it this
I
week.
was so focused on power rankings and
How
my lost bet. And
Dare
all that.
you?
All right.
You promised, so
All
you
right.
got to deliver. So
Okay,
what
I
would you
will.
say? You said Jerry Rice and who else? And Randy Moss. Did you say Randy Moss and Jerry
Yeah,
Rice?
Joe Montana and Tom Brady.
Joe Montana and Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Offensive line, have fun with that. There's so many good offensive
There
linemen.
is. I mean, I guess Mike Webster of the.
You have to pick people who can go against that defense. I said, dude.
I know Mike Webster.
Really, he could hold up against Deacon Jones.
Dude, he beat himself up so bad that he ended up having like dementia and what's that one thing called in football where your brain starts to be all mashed up.
Oh yeah, I know what
that
you're talking about.
whatever-
Yeah, that. Yeah. Mhm.
Exactly.
Okay, him. Who else? What about running
Oh,
backs?
Okay, yeah, running backs.
We'll go off skill position
okay,
players first.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine.
You know you have to have number one.
I'm going Walter Payton,
Yeah, Walter Payton.
and I'm going Jim Brown.
You think Jim Brown can break some of those tackles against that defense? You think Jim Brown versus Ray Lewis? Ah!
Absolutely, yeah. I mean,
Can you
Jim Brown-
imagine Jim Brown versus
it's not-
Ray Lewis?
I mean, a lot of times back in the day, in the 50s, 60s, or
Yeah.
whatever, these players are small. You know,
Yeah.
like
yeah.
the offensive
Not Jim
lineman
Brown.
is 6'3", 250. When now
Yeah.
they're like 6'5", 320. You know.
Yeah.
But Jim Brown was a big boy, and
He
like,
could still run in the modern
yeah.
NFL.
I mean, I think he wins that one. You know,
That's crazy.
More times than not. For tight end,
No recency bias allowed. Yep,
Oh.
it's all time. Nope. No recency bias allowed.
Okay,
All time
okay.
greatest tight end. You're gonna get crap for this. I guarantee you.
oh,
There's so many.
okay, I'm gonna go another Charger and go Kellen Winslow.
Good choice. Good
Yeah.
choice. The great game in the Orange Bowl.
Yeah,
They're called the Orange Bowl, but it's not really. It's actually NFL.
yeah,
Where he had to be carried off the field.
yeah.
And he had like what, 5 or 6 touchdowns? 5. I think he had 5. Yeah, he got tied for the record for the most reception touchdowns.
Okay.
He had 5 in one game.
Yeah, I believe it.
Kellen Winslow. Yeah.
The Superchargers.
Yep.
Yeah.
Of the 80s.
Oh boy, I mean, no one ever really.
Got to give it to Gronk. Just kidding.
Yeah, yeah.
That's recency bias.
I know that's recency bias. Man, I don't know the offensive line. I mean, I guess I could like put Tony Baselli of the Jags on one tackle and put who's this? God, Larry Allen.
Yep.
Um,
Big hand, Larry Allen.
Yeah. I would probably have to go with some of those, and then I'd probably take one of the Hogs of what used to be the Redskins,
Yeah.
and that's about it. That's all I can think of right now.
Okay, I have to do a shout out to one of my old Chargers centers, Nick Hardwick.
Nick Hardwick,
All tattooed up.
Yeah.
I'd have him as my center just for me.
Okay.
That's my own personal bias.
Yeah.
It's the only real center I can think of right now. We're missing some players.
Yeah, we are.
Slot receiver. But who's the greatest slot receiver of all time? That's a good question.
Oh, that is a great question.
Yeah.
Oh man.
You say the wrong one, you're
So we
gonna get
got
roasted.
Jerry Rice and Randy Moss on the outside.
on the outside, yeah. Oh man, that's already unfair.
Wow, going through all the different
That's already
lines.
unfair. Ooh, do I want to do this and get burned for it? You know what? I'm gonna do this and get burned for it. Wes Welker.
Yeah, sure.
Wes Welker. I would do Wes Welker. Or I would be a dick and put in what's his name? Who's the one who had Stickum
Oh.
in the 70s? I would put him in there just with Stickum. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, I got it with my finger, coach.
I think it was Raiders that did that.
It was the
stuff.
Raiders, yeah. No, I think that's pretty good.
Okay.
So you might be able to score against my defense, maybe once out of 5 times.
I don't know. There's some speed with Rice and Randy Moss and.
I have speed too. Do I have to
No.
go over my defense
no,
again?
No.
It would be. You know what? It'd be a tie. It'd be a draw.
Yeah, all right.
You'd pay to watch that though, right?
Oh, absolutely.
All right. Well, that's it for this podcast. So hopefully our predictions for next week go good this Sunday.
Yeah.
If they fall through and Milton gets really heated, we might have to do a podcast on Monday or Tuesday or something.
Tuesday's my day off.
Tuesday,
so
we might have to do
work,
it. Yeah, right
for
after my
sure.
work, I'll have to come here
Perfect.
immediately
Let's
or
do it.
something. I don't know. But thank you for listening and have a good day.
Yeah.